Oopsie. I got a copyright strike. No, I'm not sure if I got a copyright strike. Um, okay, what happened? Let me have a look. Let me have a look-see. View on YouTube. Oh, 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 oh. Let me go in. Oh, right, what's going on? What's going on here now? Oh my days, what's going on? I need to go into the channel content. Oh, jeez. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for the warning. Oh, I was streaming along. I didn't even know. If I didn't see your message there and then I saw it on Twitter, I was like, I didn't ever had a message. Then I looked in my behind the scenes and there was a message saying, your stream has been blocked. So I'm just trying to look up now to see what happens. I'm back. Yeah, I got. I'm not sure if I got. Let me see if I have had something in my emails. Oh, yeah, I got. Hang on. So, hi, the alternate corner. Due to a copyright match, your stream was interrupted. This one, yeah. Streams are interrupted when copyright content is detected. After copyright material is no longer being streamed, streams are automatically re-enabled. Yeah, well, that's why I stopped it and asked the question about has anyone seen this before and blah blah blah. That's why I asked that. I was going to wait, ask another question in a bit now. I didn't realize it was like literally. Senior youth. So I'm not sure it's worth the risk for me to do it now. So I need to delete that one. I can delete this one that was just played because I might as well there's no, it was limited anyway. I didn't. Um, Let me just refresh it. Where is it here? Right. Oh, need to put it on. Save. Monetization on. Straight to limited. Straight to limited. Right, I'm gonna delete that one then. Live replay, delete it. Because no point keeping it. Do, 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 do. More actions, delete forever. Yes, delete forever. Right, so that's done. Yeah, I know. We've arrived. It's just a nightmare bit on YouTube. I get that copyright. I now get it literally, I'm not joking you. As soon as I put on that I don't think people believe me. I don't think people believe me. Hang on. There's nothing there now, is there? I don't think there's anything there. So, um, just so you can see what I have to deal with. Share screen. You see it? Limited, 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 limited on, limited, 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 limited on, limited on, limited on, limited, limited on, limited on, limited, limited. It's genuinely, it's like friggin' Nora. And if I go, watch this now, right? Oh, it's the wrong one. If I put this now off, right, let's save it. So it's off. I'm not making any money now, right? So I put it on, watch it, save, watch it now. It's on, green, straight to limited. Mother ruckers. So that's what I have to deal with every friggin' stream. Limited. So I'm restricted from ads. I now get copyrighted. I'm just like, I'm going to get kicked off in a bit, I think. And I'm being good. As soon as I started behaving and not swearing and trying to be good, but maybe it's because it only came out like 2 hours ago. Maybe they're like, no, get out. Right. I'm not going to risk that video again. Jeez. It's not worth it. Um, I just hope I don't get a strike. Du-du-du-du. Um, here. Okay, that's fine. StreamYard, here we go. Right, I need to find the other one now. Where's the judge? The judge. Let's find the judge. Where's the judge gone? I think the judge is here, but I do not believe that she is ready, steady, go. I think she's not here yet. So what I'm gonna do you know what? I fancy just chatting for a bit. I think it's only you and me, Sarah, so you're gonna have to hear my voice for a bit. Oh, someone else has joined us. Present. Share screen. Judge Stephanie Boyd. Share. We'll all keep it here now. Oh, you here, Lou? Oh, do you know what? Do you know what it is, Lou? On my screen, I only see one person now. I see two people. But on the top left-hand corner, I can see how many people are here, but it just said one. So I thought you'd left, Lou, to be quite honest with you. That's what I thought happened. I thought you'd gone. But then now we got two, so Lou is here as well. Dee-dee-dee-dee. So anyway, restarted the stream very quickly. As soon as I got that message from Sarah P, bang, I went straight away, restarted it. Keep an eye on my emails now in case I get more stuff here. No, what's that? Head of Marketing, Communication, and Engagement at National Botanic. Okay. Mm. Okay, that's that done. Right, back out there. Unread, unread, unread. Right. So I did. Erin. It was annoying. A copyrighted got kicked off. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. And I was showing Sarah as well how Andrew about literally as soon as I create something new, I get limited. I had to show them. I was like, look, I'm not lying about being limited and demonetized, guys. This is I had to show them. Literally, it's everything limited, limited, limited. Few ones as well, but not many. So YouTube got in for me in a minute. They all let me make money, and they're now kicking me off streams. Bastards. What does that spell? I'm not gonna say it. Mm, mm, because Sarah will shout at me for swearing. Also, I've been good. Like, I don't understand how I'm limited because I'm not swearing as much. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're all here. So, it's your business. Right. Because we're all here, let's chat. Let's chat. Right. Need to keep an eye on this one now. Judgy. I got my pen. Oops. I can take Erin off my crotch now. You're normally on my crotch, Erin. Normally that. I put it down by the taco on the wiener. Do you know what I mean? Oop. Put it back on the table now because you're here. Um, got my paper. Oh, good lord. Oh, good god. Oh, Erin, you know I'm joking. Well, I hope you know you have. I'm joking by now. Right. What we're gonna do, because Erin's here. Erin, you named the trial yesterday. What trials are we doing? If I put in business question mark, because she's just had a hearing, and the next hearing is on Friday. Her hearing from the judge. Sorry, Erin. Was it was an hour and a half hearing. Uh, a psychotherapist. That's the one. I'll put it down. Psychotherapist says she's not fit to stand trial. Adam Mont. So what I'm trying to do here now. So I'll put dash Boone because that might even not be happening. I think most streamers now have just gone to show business, but then show business might not happen and Boone might happen. If that happens, everyone's going to go and do Boone. Right, what was the other one? Darren Rubin. So on the 24th, we have Shabusiness, Boone, and Darren Rubin. Darren Rubin is the Texans one. That's the 24th. So what I'm trying to do now, who is not fit to stand trial according to a psychotherapist? Shabusiness. Shabusiness. She had a. Oh no, I'll get an article now. I'll get into the article now. Fine, I can do that. Here we go. I will share this now. Psychologist, it is. Sorry, don't know what I just said. Um, Here we go. Let me just remove that one for a second. Stop screen, present, share screen. Let me make it bigger. Then let me make it bigger here. Is that too big? We'll see. Social business unfit to stand trial. Yeah. So Taylorship business began to use drugs. Okay, fine. So Diane Lighton, a forensic psychologist, who examined the 25-year-old Green Bay woman at the request of a former defense lawyer, Quinn Jolly, and current defense lawyer, Christopher Froelich, told the court she believes Shabizz is not fit to stand trial on charges she killed and sexually abused her friend, Shad Tyrion. Um, Sometimes she seemed coherent and lucid, Lighton told Judge Thomas Walsh in court for an evidentiary hearing, but sometimes she would stand up and scream. Sometimes she would hit her head. Lighton said Shabizz has previously been prescribed antipsychotic medication, but admitted to an evaluator she would stop taking it. Thursday was the first time there had been testimony from a psychologist who found Shabizz was incapable of assisting in her own defense. A psychologist who had evaluated the woman on behalf of Caleb Saunders, was had concluded in 2020 Shabizz was fit to stand trial. Walsh did not rule Thursday on whether Shabizz can stand trial. He indicated after the hearing that he expects to hear testimony from a prosecution psychologist before he rules whether Shabizz can go on trial. A jury scheduled to be selected July 21st, with a trial beginning 8:30 a.m. July 24th. Shabizz is charged with homicide, blah 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 blah. So my understanding is from it all is that the psychologist is going to be there on the 21st for the prosecution, and then the judge will rule on the 21st about it, and then just before jury selection is how I've been told it's happening, but it could change. No, no. Well, mine. No, I know. I cut it off just before you said. I think it's been last have to have it declared unfit. I believe multiple previous exams showed. Yeah, so 2022, they said she was fit. Look at his face. I know. I switched it off before you said that. Um, put Boydie back up then. Share screen. So this is a little bit like um, you know, Boone might happen, but your business might not happen. The judge has to be very careful with your business though, because he knows this is going to come up in like appeals and all that. So it's like, is it better to push it back 2 months or something? I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did stop it. So, and then you got Boone. So who knows? And then we got Darren Rubin. So that's my first. Like, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. G. I'd not heard about Darren Rubin, but I looked it up. I sounded interesting. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. I'm talking about this, not my dick. Right. Let's do the time warp again. Right, let me get this now. Stop. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey, you, always on the run. Mm, mm, mm. Too much fun. Da 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 da. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. Right, let me. No, not that one. This is Darren Rubin. Let me entertain you. Let me entertain you. So, Tennessee man accused of murdering his girlfriend's husband is facing a trial in Texas. Oh, do you know this then? I think I've heard of this one before. Darren Ruben Lo- Darren Ruben Lopez is charged with murder in the October 2020 death of American Airlines technology director James Faith. Lopez was in an emotional relationship with the victim's wife. I think I've seen this. I think I've seen this. If I'm right, he had like a Texas Tech logo on the back of his window of his truck. Boobies. So Dan Ruben Lopez, investigators say that Lopez fatally shot James as he and Jennifer walked their dog in their Dallas. Yes, this is the one. Detectives traced a black Nissan Titan spotted at the scene. Yes, so he didn't take the sticker down, the idiot. Investigation revealed Jennifer had decided Lopez to see. Oh, they thought it was Texas Tech, was it? And it was a Tennessee one or something like that. It was one of the two anyway. It's either Texas Tech. They thought it was because it was in Texas, but it ended up being a Tennessee one, or vice versa. I don't remember. The investigation revealed Jennifer had deceived Lopez into believing that James was physically and sexually abusing her. She pleaded guilty in February 22 to a federal murder for hire charge, ultimately sentenced to life in prison. After sentencing, Jennifer admitted to manipulating Lopez, who suffered a traumatic brain injury while serving in the US Army in Iraq, leaving him disabled. She said she sent Lopez money and gifts, and he used stock images uh, depicting injuries from the internet to convince the defendant she was being abused by James. Lopez and Jennifer had been dating for 7 months when James was killed, according to. They were dating for 7 months. Jesus, that's not it. In the arrest affidavit, Jennifer described their relationship as a full blown emotional affair. Jury selection scheduled for July 21st with opening statements on July 24th. Um, so there we are. That's that trial. That's more of a. He's obviously he did it. Boobies, hello, boobies, hello. But they're saying he was not competent. He was manipulated. So those are the three started on the 24th. Shabusiness, Boone, and this one. So what we say, I'm going to put a poll up. We're going to go through some polls. There's only four of us, four of you, and I don't get a say. So let's put a poll up. I think people are going to go Shabusiness with this one. But go with which one you think we should stream. Right. Let me go in the back end. Oi, oi. Right. So start a poll. What? Which trial? Which trial do we stream? 24th, if all are available. Right. So, Shabiz. So, but before we vote and everything, I'll explain something to you. Darren. So, before I press Ask Community, we know that I'd imagine, but between the two, one would be late. Yes, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, so Vices and all them are doing show business. We got MLS and probably some others are doing Boone as well. I said I was going to do show business because that's the last poll, but I didn't know about the other one. So what do we think, guys? I'll press the poll up now because, also, if you're, I also respect. Hold on, I'm going to put another one in. Add option. None is the other option. The reason I put none in it is because if you're going to watch it with another streamer, absolutely fine, not a problem. But I'd rather you say none in this because then I can do something else. Because is it point me streaming these things? Um, so that's a genuine question. There's only four here, but we're going to do it anyway. Ask your community. We leave it up for a little bit longer, but th- I'm not offended if people say none, right? If you're going to be watching it with anyone else. So that's absolutely fine. It's just, I'm trying to, what's the best thing to do here? Um, dee, 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 dee. Dee, 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 dee. Dee, 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 dee. Dee, dee, dee. Yeah, and no, actually, I agree with you. I think that one will be delayed. I agree that one will be delayed. That's why I was looking at Darren Rubin. You know what I mean? So, ba-ra-ra-ra-ra. We got three votes here. We got two for business. We got one for none. And there's quite a few people here now. There's more people here. So please vote. What should we stream on the 24th? Like, and then we got another poll after this then. Because if Show Business wins this one, because the thing is, if Show Business or Boone doesn't happen, potentially both of them won't happen potentially. So I don't know. Right, let me get this one. Present. Share screen. Boydie Boydie. Hey, Judge Boydie. Oh, here we go. New name for YouTube commented. Trigger warning should be this guy steals content. This is Judge Boy's content. Kimberly 1567. Right, let's respond to Kimberly. Hi. Hi, Kimberly. You complete dickhead. Oh, let's not be a dick. Let's not be a dick. Hi, Kimberly. That's great observations. Observation. I didn't realize. Even realize. Uh-huh. Don't say that. I'm joking. I'm not gonna be like. I'm not gonna send something like that. Yeah, I'm just like, hi Kimberly. That's great observation. Didn't even realize. Haha. Um, um, yeah, that's good, Lou. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your productive comments and adding to a positive algorithm. YouTube. You're the best. You continue to comment. Join us if you want. Right. I think that's nice. I have to do that. When I type out an email saying what I really feel I want to say, then erase and send a more problem. I know I'm the same, but my problem is that I type it out as I want to say it and then I send it. Uh, that's my problem. I think that's nice enough. Um, I think we'll send that. Oh, wrong one. I think that's nice. Reply. Don't know who that is though. Okay, who does she follow? Taylor's Travel Zones. Harsh Reality. Beyond Evil. Bum, 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 bum. Must be great. She likes horses. MN person. What's MN? I don't know what MN is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. How do I know that? MN, Minnesota. Kendall Ray. Okay, well, I follow Kendall Rail. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, no, I do. Subscribed. Hey, Heidi. It's a crime. I'm subscribed to It's a Crime as well. Oh, so selfish, Heidi, aren't they? Fitz News. Okay. Oh, Sarah, I don't give a shit. I just got a message saying that I'm stealing content from other people. That I should put a trigger warning that I'm stealing people's content. Oh, I follow Judge Wolf as well. I mean, this guy's a total weirdo, crime circus cult, but he has got some good content. I'll show you in a bit now. I'll show you in a bit. Just going through his or his whatever subscribers. Oh, he's got another one, has he? Crime Circus. Do you know that? MSN. Is this the one? I'll show you, Heidi. I'll show you now in 2 seconds. Is this the one, Erin? MSN BC? The judge one, the content we were taught. Rakita Law. I'm subscribed to that as well. Oh, that's just news. Fine. Oh, Mia. She's all right, isn't she? Um, Hardworking man. Cops and cons. Judge Stephanie Boyd. Oh, we subscribe as well. Yeah, Judge Fancy Purse. Yes. Angelette Levy. I don't do that. Crime Talk. Angry. Oh, Court TV. Leave it. Beer. Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, it's gotta be, isn't it? I'm just see if there's any other YouTubers she's following. Law and Crime Network. Hey, there we are. There we are. Oh, 100%. I mean, look, I get people disliking my stuff. There we are. That's everyone. I'm surprised there's no Brandy Churchwell on there. Right, let's have a look. So, oh Jesus. So Heidi, this is the message. Trigger warning should be this guy steals content. This is Judge Boyd's content. I was like, cool, okay. Then we responded by saying, "Hi Kimberly, that's great observation. I didn't even realize. Haha. Thanks for your productive comment and adding to a positive algorithm for my YouTube. You're the best. Please continue to comment and join us if you want. XOXO." So we'll see. She responded, "Oh, I'm not. Hey, I don't care about it. It's more of a." She actually messaged me some other time as well. Oh, actually, what did she message me the other time? What did she? This is the second comment she's made for me now. Hang on, let's see what was the other one. I don't think I understood the other one. Please show bringing down. Oh no, that's a different one. That's fine. Kathleen Kelly, Kimberly. That's fine. It's a different person. That's fine. I didn't know that. But anyway, it's all good. Yeah. So I've been copyrighted. So this is my second stream, and now so I got kicked off once. Yeah, so I got kicked off. I didn't notice Sarah told me. I was streaming, kicked off, start a new stream. Then I get that comment, which I think is funny. I think it's funny. And also I'm I also was no, well, I was singing a bit, yeah. But no, I was playing something else. I was playing a video I shouldn't be playing, probably. I know. And I'm showing Sarah and Lou my back end of YouTube now, not my actual back end, where it's all limited for all. I don't get paid anymore. So, and I show that if you switch it off and put it back on, it goes green and it instantly goes to amber. I don't know what's wrong. I think I'm under review. I must be. So I've not been swearing. I was streaming 48 hours episode, but I did stop it a couple of times. I thought that'd be enough. No, it wasn't about that. It was the 48 hours episode. It was not my singing. Although I'm surprised I've not had my singing. Um, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Shelley, delete. He will start. I did. Oops. As soon as he said that, I started singing. Yeah, I know. Don't put stuff down for songs. Jesus. Otherwise, I do start singing. Um, but I think Sarah P will say, I've been very good lately. No swearing, no nothing. But I've been kicked off. So, so here it is. I can't sing it all now, then. Right, let's see where the poll is. Where's the poll now? 50%, 57% say it's your business. I know. Well, this afternoon, yeah, no, well, I didn't swear this afternoon, did I? I just well, maybe I did actually, now I'm thinking about it. Her business, yes. If I know it, I'll definitely sing it. Okay, so no one did Darren Reuben. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're not doing Darren Reuben. Yeah, yeah, we get to see the verdict. It's all good. It's not the judge, Heidi. It's not the judge. It's just an arsehole fan. It's nothing to do with them. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing on her channel that says that I shouldn't be doing it. Maybe I shouldn't say Judge Boyd. That's all. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, douchebag. She's a bitch, whoever she was. Right, I need to find this now to see where this is, baby. Oh, don't sing. Right, need to go this one. Yeah, that's the one. Right, piece of work. Absolutely, piece of work. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We were very kind back. So I was going to sing another song there. We have this. We have that. All right, let me get this one down then. I'm surprised it's taken so long, mind. That's there. No, this is the one I want. This is the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. So we're waiting on that. So we're gonna do right. We're gonna do your business. Right. I'm not right. Yes, exactly. How, yeah. Do you know what? That's the right attitude. Just waiting to channel uploads of karma. Yeah. Fuck you. What's her name? Kimberly. Was it Kimberly? Kimberly. Kimberly. Yes. So that's it. So anyway, we're gonna do a list of trials as well. We forget it now, but show business. It looks like we're doing show business unless that trial goes. Then we can decide. Then we can decide then closer to the time whether we want to do Boone because if one of these is cancelled, show business or Boone, every streamer's doing it. I'm just like, do we really want? Maybe we do. I don't know. Ah, Kimberly. She'll be in LNC. Yeah, I'll call her out. She's probably she's probably LNC, but she's also probably in the snitches get stitches. Absolutely. Can you imagine if she gets stitches and you have to be out there to give her the stitches or something? Um, she'll be in the chat. That's who was in the chat. I noticed was Denny. Do you remember Denny something? Her name was. Let's have a look to see. It was Denny something. Denny Dawn, that's it, Denny Dawn. Well, she was in there and she's normally here. She hasn't been here for a couple of weeks, but Denny Dawn loves to come in here. Oh, so right, we got your business in there. We got Adam Montgomery and Delphi murders in January to look at. Now my pen's gone. Okay, put the Delphi down. Got Kohlberg at some points. Question mark on that one. We have Otis Anderson Jr. in October. Otis and Senior, sorry. That's for Amy, but I've not seen Amy for a few days. So any others for any others? Any big trial or any trial that you would want to cover? Um, because what I can do is start to do a schedule. Because what I want to do is do some of these bigger ones, but I want to do like more of these like Boyd ones. Do you know what I mean? The smaller trials, and the like no one know trials. But I think we still have to do some big trials. Darren Rubin is a guy from Tennessee that killed this guy from Texas, from I think it's Texas somewhere, and his Darren's um yeah, Shadi, we're waiting for a verdict. We are waiting for a verdict. Yes, and um the guy that got killed, his wife, his girlfriend manipulated the guy to come all the way from Tennessee to Dallas area to kill him. And basically, what happened was we found out then that he was disabled. He was an army veteran, disabled. I think he has 3 kids, stuff like this. So there's no like he's definitely guilty. It's just more of a was he in the right? How much was he manipulated to kill the guy? They'd only been dating for 7 months as well, and this woman was sending the guy in Tennessee loads of gifts and stuff like that to try and bribe him to come and kill her boyfriend. I have no idea, Shelley. No idea who the judge is. I don't know. I just seen it was a recommendation from one of the viewers this morning. I'd never heard of it myself. Um, so I don't know. We I think the best thing with this channel is we can just make it up as we go along. We can make a decision on the day, and also we got um, is anyone streaming that? No idea, Heidi. I don't even know if it's on Law and Crime, Heidi. I have no idea. We don't. This is the worst thing about Law and Crime and stuff is we don't even know if any of these are going to be on Law and Crime. We presume Show Business and Boone will be presume because it's so big, but things like Darren Rubin, no idea. So we won't know until that day. About like I turn up on the day and I have no idea what we're gonna do. So, but I know on the 24th we have Joel Hollendoffer. If you remember Joel Hollendoffer, um, that's gonna be on the 24th, 1:30 Mountain Time. So we'll be covering that one, whatever happens, 100% covering that one. Even if it means we have to play back one of the other streams. Because I think out of respect we should be playing it. Dudes with trial in Colorado, James Craig, he posed his wife. Sorry, he's pretty. Oh, right, okay, James Craig. When's the trial then? Do you know? It's a shame that we didn't know his prelim was on Wednesday. Could have played it. But a lot of these now are reliant if we can get access to the court and stuff, you know. So um, to the court feeds and stuff like that. So that's half the battle. Do you know what I mean? With Joel Hollendorfer, you know, as it Amy found the link for us. If she hadn't found that link, we wouldn't be streaming it. So we got lucky. We need some geeks here that knows how to find. Like Shelley, you're a geek. You know how to find these weird, bizarre ones um, that we can then watch. Do you know what I mean? Because court access is the other thing, you know. So I'm hoping Joel Hollendorfer will have court access, otherwise, and recorded access. I mean, I hope so anyway, because there was one hearing that I wanted to watch that Shelley mentioned, and we couldn't watch it. It does, Sarah. It does look. It sound interesting, doesn't it? That's what I mean. And I know where Heidi's going from is like obviously if no one's streaming the Darren Rubin, that we should be streaming it. The problem I have with that, Heidi, I agree with you normally, but I think Shabusiness is and Boone is such big trials that everyone here or most people here want to watch it. So you know, I don't think me streaming Darren, I don't think anyone would be here to watch it, or very limited people would be here to watch it. Because even myself, I want to watch the business. I want to hear about that crazy bitch. You know, Boone. I'm not fussed about Boone. I'm not fussed about Boone. But Heidi, you are right though. I know you get it, but you are right though. It's just it's unlucky for us that there's 2 big ones right at the same time here that people wanna watch. If it was like, say now it's Boone, Business doesn't happen on the 24th, and Sarah Boone, 100% we're doing Darren Rubin, because every other streamer is gonna be doing Boone, so it's pointless. So I will do Rubin if we can get access to it. But, yeah, I want the weird court ones, bizarre ones that coming up. Shelley, you're normally pretty good at these shit, like, so keep an eye out and see if we can get court access for some of these things. Oh, do another refresh. There we are, nothing yet there. Heidi's like, "I know, I get it. I know you get it. I know, but you'll get one of these if you don't fucking behave." I'm joking, Heidi, I'm joking. Don't tell your husband. I don't need it's probably you're more scary than your husband probably, so it's all good. It's shocking how brave people are when there's a massive ocean between us, like, you know? There is also so I wanna pick, like, maybe call a court. Well, it's no point yet until we know what's happening, Jamie, and also I can't call the court because it'll cost me a frigging fortune to call the court. It's all good. We're waiting to see what happens to Business and Boone anyway. They're both on the 21st, so, depends what the judges say on the 21st for both of them. Oh, I think I know which one that is, Shelley. I think I know what that is. Told ABC's Good Morning America that she had been in. Yeah, I've seen that, I think. I've seen about it. What about the boat crash motion hearing? Was that today, was it? Oh, there's something about Tinsley. There was something about Tinsley. I think I know about that one. Oh, I'm just frustrated with this one because this one shouldn't be this long. But anyway, we were just going through that. I think we got a good plan here. Let me. We just need to find out, Shelley, when that's going to be. There we are. Yeah, this is what we want. The WebEx we want. If we know what date it's on, it probably won't be for a few more months, will it, Shelley? So still got plenty of time for it. Probably going to do the ballerina, I imagine, depending. Otis Anderson is one that Amy wants to do. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a popular one with streamers, but Amy wants to do it. So I said, absolutely, we'll do it. And I think that's in October, I believe. But she's got more info about that than I have. But she hasn't been here for a few days because of a neighbour, so I'm not pushing her for that info. Kohlberger definitely doing, but that'll be 2024, 2025. Montgomery and Delphi, fine. Fine. I think we got a good start here. I'll make a plan. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. And I will check another one now. There's also Toxic, her Discord as well. If you haven't seen it, look at that. That's got all the trials as well, lots of smaller ones. I wish there was links to be like, go to this. This is where you're gonna get it. Yeah, Heidi, I know, I know. Now to bring, yeah, but I'll be honest with you, right? From what I gather, I'm not in the algorithm at the minute. That's my problem. Because I've been limited to everything, I'm not in amongst it. So I will that's why I cut back on swearing. That's why I'm, you know, trying to be a good boy so that it becomes back in the algorithm again. That's that's my problem. So once we're back in the good books of YouTube, then I think we will get more people in. That's good. We always get people in, as in, some new people. We had one in today. I think her name's Kim. She's from Italy, but lives in New Jersey. But there's people we haven't seen for Amy, Stacy, Stacy's mom. She's got it going on. So there's quite a few people that are missing action for various reasons at the minute. So who normally are here. So it's all good. It's all good in the hood. We will get there. Like I'm scared to play anything now on here because I'll get another bloody copyright strike. Ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. What we need to do, Heidi, is go into no, actually, no, that's a bad idea. Because I like Judge Boyd. I wouldn't do it to Judge Boyd. We like her. We just don't like some of her fans. Mhm. Okay, there's that. He's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Can you imagine? Come to the alternate corner. You be well, I don't think you'd be kicked out, but no, we don't. LC, what a bunch of wankers. Hey, but exciting news tomorrow. My signs are going up tomorrow. So hopefully by Monday you guys are gonna see ta-da! I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Da 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 like it too. What was I gonna say? What was discussing? I don't remember what I was discussing now. Anyway, oh, that's it. That one's gone. I don't think the Judge Boyd has got any trials next week, proper ones. I don't believe. But now we found Judge Boyd, we're going to be using a lot more Judge Boyd. Doing the dockets now and again, but I did find the dockets dragging a little bit, so we're not going to do too much docket work with her. But it's a good in between there when there's a down day, we can do stuff like that. It is good. Mhm. Well, what do we want to talk about? What's the subject you want to talk about? Is there an upcoming trial you want to talk about? Oh, hang on, hang hung on. Where's this bad boy been? Let's find this. Let's find this for you so we can all. I'm not sure if you guys seen this or not. Where's my profile? There is my profile. Who is my followers? This is my followers. And I think she should be down here somewhere. Ba 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 ba. Got some photos for you guys. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Where is she gone now? Dee 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 dee. Dee. Oh, here she is. Dee 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 dee. Do do. Do do do. She's looking nice actually. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Right, here we go. Let me take you here. Stop screen. share screen, present, share screen, share, and let me get it up. Oi, oi. So Lauren, very attractive. Here he is. You should be cleaning well. Here's Alex Murdoch. Everyone's too much bleach in the bath. Now, Luna told me about these photos. If Luna was here, the vibrator be on. She is in love with Alex. I'm not sure if this does anything for you ladies. I don't know. Yeah, it's Alex in prison. It's a recent one that's come out. Like honestly, Luna is in dreamland with this. Um, yeah, he has nipples. You see them there? One, two, ticky 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 ticky. Then there, there. Oh, sorry, Lou. I didn't realize you didn't like it. I see. Lou, not Lou. Luna, the weirdo, loves it. Stop that there. Get out of there. And Luna's in love with him. And Luna's like she's young, attractive woman. She absolutely loves Alex Murdoch. Judge. There she is. That there. Here she is, Christine Fortunato. Do we know what case you're picking next time? Well, I mean, this week now, we don't know. We hopefully pick up a case this week at some point. For the 24th, it'll be Show Business at the minute. If there's no Show Business, it might be the one that you recommended, but it depends if it's any access to it or not. Christine, we don't know yet if it'll be on Law and Crime or if it'll be um, on WebEx or anything. So we'll just have to see if he'll be on. But if your business is going ahead, we'll be doing Shah Business because that's what the majority of people want. So make it stop. I have. I'm coking. What are you doing? Coking. He's not going in his armpits when he is. No nips. Shelly, holiday with you? Yeah, which holiday? Yes, Kim, that's a good point. Yeah, which holiday, Shell? That's a good point, Lou. She's on the floor now. We'll have to wait for a little bit for Shelley to wake up. Pioneer Days. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Hey, big spender. Da, 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 da. Okay. So we had the Murdoch one. That's fair. What do we see? I saw something. Oh, I watched actually 2020 documentary about Brigham Young University where um, a young student died like 1970 something, and not far ago they found the culprit, murderer. So keep an eye on Colorado, Shelley. Let us know what's happening with that trial. So we might stream that one if it fits in. And I'm going to do a lot more mini series. I'm going to do probably a video on the Denny stuff about Solomon. We're going to do one about um, loads of stuff about Kohlberger at the minute. Like literally loads of bullshit about Kohlberger. So don't believe hardly anything you see about Kohlberger anymore. It's just gone beyond the joke now with Kohlberger. So the only person you can really trust out there is Andrea Burkhardt. She's very good. And me, of course. But I'm speculating a lot. But everyone seems to be. Do you know what? It's a big hit. Kohlberger content, right? Loads of people doing it, but they're getting massive numbers from doing it. So I've got to do more Kohlberger content, just videos, and post it out there. Because people are so obsessed with Brian Kohlberger at the minute. It's unbelievable. And I'm missing out. And to be fair, most of my live streams I make the most viewers are from Kohlberger. So need to do that. I need to refresh this a little bit more. Yeah, but people view it. People are gullible, Shelley. People view it. Every day I see people posted, even if it's 10 minutes, just a Brian Kohlberger update. You know? It's unbelievable. Like, YouTube appreciate it. What do they now appreciate, MLS Law? What do they appreciate? There's a song there, isn't it? Who do we appreciate? YouTube. YouTube. Motherfucking YouTube. YouTube are not my friends today. Not my friends. MFKERS. But it's all good. We've learned our lesson today. We will not be kicked off anymore. Hopefully not, anyway. Come on, Judge. Hey, what are you going to do? So, David, it's your business then. That might not even be happening now after yesterday's thing. Jesus. They're leaving everything to last minute to see if there's any trials going to be. It's a complete nightmare. How can he plan ahead for anything? So yeah, and I do need to put more stuff about Kohlberger out there. Started our series with Mrs. Morgan, Ms. Morgan, but it's hard to pin her down. Oi, oi. So I don't know. We'll see. Then we'll see what happens. Not next week, the week after. Yeah, no, I've been a bad boy, MLS. I've been a bad boy. I've been a little bit of a bad boy. Yes, I've been a bad boy. I just got chucked off YouTube earlier on. So this is my second stream, and also I think I'm under review. So you know when you set up your videos and stuff, you've got to put monetization on. If I put monetization on, it goes straight to limited. It doesn't. All my videos are now either limited, demonetized, and I've got a couple that are on. So I, not they told me, but I believe I'm now on probation, and I need to stop swearing as much. Even Sarah P can't find me. Loads of people now no longer get my notifications. Some people still do, but not many. So I have to be a good boy for. I reckon for next month anyway. I've got to be a good boy, and hopefully they'll put me back in the algorithm because this is nightmare. Nightmare, I tell you. If people don't search me out, they don't know I'm live. Oh, it's a hard knock life for me. It's a hard knock life for me. Well, that's a good question then. Does it end, Kim? Do you get any notifications now? Then I know that Sarah doesn't. MLS doesn't. Most people tell me, enough for that. Who is always here to say hello, doesn't get notifications. What a nightmare! I don't even get notifications. I thought you said they want to keep track of your little cunt. I get the Rumble notifications. Do you? Yeah, I don't even stream on Rumble hardly. I do get notifications. Oh, do you, Lou? Okay. Yeah, you're very rare then, Lou. You're very rare that you get that. I always get people saying they don't get it. You did get notification. Okay. Okay. How do you get? Okay. So it's three people get them. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Erin doesn't get them. Sarah doesn't get them. MLS doesn't get them. Don't think Sherry gets them. Stacy, 100%. Stacy, 100% doesn't get them. Geo doesn't get them. Nafathat doesn't get them. Uh, Jamie doesn't get them. It's a nightmare. I'm on every day, but I'm trying to keep my head down. Trying to keep my head down, not swear, post some different content out there. I will notifications turn to all. Yeah, no. But I even follow myself. I don't get notifications. So that's I'm live. I'm like, where's my notification? Oh, I don't get one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's do it. Right, should we do the Lou, is Lou still here? If you're still here, Lou, I'll do it. If Lou is still here, I shall do the business one from yesterday. Oh, I'm not getting discouraged. I just no, it's all good. I just need to be a better, well-behaved boy. That's all. Right. That's all. It's hey, I am trying my best to be better behaviour. But that explains it a little bit, Heidi. You know why sometimes people don't know I'm live. So I'm saying right. Let's get the psychologist up then. Let's get this weirdo up then. Let's do it, Lou. You can explain to us then what the hell is going on with this. Present. No, I need to bloody find it first, don't I? Okay, okay, okay. Here we go. Right, I got it. Never fear. I am here. Kimberly, go F yourself. Let's do it. La da 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 da. So this is the psychologist that says that not Boone, bloody show business is not fit enough. I'm gonna play the 1.5 though. I'm not gonna mess about with it. Um, shame. No, it's all good, guys. I'm not discouraged. It's all good. It's all good. All my favorites are here. It's all good. Not discouraged. I promise you. Um, I'd be discouraged if no one was bloody here. Can't believe Kimberly ratted you out. What a bitch. I mean, this stream's gone because I've sworn so much already. So it's gone from this one. But
sometimes those screening measures can be
right. Maybe, Erin. Maybe. We'll just have to see there. Settings 1.5. Subtitles, might as well. She's quite low, so I'll try and there we are. So this is from yesterday. Um, it's, so there's a hearing about your business yesterday, and this is the psychologist, not psychologist, psycho, whatever, forensic therapist, psychologist, one of those anyway. I don't remember. So she gave her report on Taylor. So with that, let me just get this one here. And I will get myself here. I will go over the court stuff. I will save, update layout. So here you go. Oops.
Very good. And the witness is yours, Mr. Fraley.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you please state your name for the record?
Diane Lytton, Lytton.
What is your occupation?
Yeah, okay. Okay, yes, you're right. I will do that now.
I'm
Yep.
an independent forensic psychologist.
Are you licensed in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes.
Are you licensed anywhere else?
No.
Can you briefly provide your educational background?
Yes. I have a doctoral degree in psychology, and I was initially a research scientist at UW-Madison, and then later completed 3,000 hours of postdoctoral training at Mendota Mental Health Institute, and then became a clinical psychologist in the state.
Can you?
Since 1997, I was hired then at Mendota Mental Health Institute, and left there in 1997 and became an independent forensic psychologist.
Where did you go to college?
UW-Madison. Well, my PhD is from UW-Madison, and I have a master's degree in psychology from the University of Georgia, and my bachelor's degree in psychology was at a small college in southern Georgia, and also in psychology.
Was that at Albany State College in Georgia?
Yes, it's a historic HBCU college.
Could you briefly provide the court with any memberships that you're involved in or associations?
Yes, I'm currently a member of the Wisconsin Psychological Association, former board member, and I'm also a member of an international science organization, ISBA, International Society for Bayesian Analysis, and members of 2 subgroups of that organization.
Are you also a member of the American Psychological Association?
Not right currently. I'm sorry I didn't take that off my resume, but not currently.
You were in the past?
Yeah, I was in the past.
Okay. Now, moving on, could you briefly describe your professional experience?
Yes, beginning when I was doing my 3,000 hours postdoctoral training at Mendota Mental Health, I worked a year on the adolescent male forensic unit, then worked for several years and was hired as a psychologist on the former civil unit at Mendota. And due to budget cuts, I became a forensic psychologist on the forensic units at Mendota, and was spent 2.5 years on the what's called now the management treatment unit at Mendota, Midland Hall, where we received overflow competency evaluations needed when the admission unit at Mendota was too full. And also on my unit, we housed the 14 most aggressive male forensic patients in the state. And somewhere there, again, a subset were there for competency evaluations. I completed 42 competency evaluations, but the majority of the patients on my unit were NGI, committed, legal insanity.
Have you done any teaching or acted as an instructor in the field of psychology?
Yes, I worked a couple years as an adjunct faculty at the Madison Area Technical College and taught psychology courses, and then a couple more years at Edgewood College in Madison. Also taught Introduction to Psychology. And I forgot to mention that since being a forensic psychologist independent, since 1997, I've conducted many hundreds of evaluations of persons for competency, NGI, sentencing dispositions. I do guardianships for Allegheny County, many hundreds.
Have you been involved also as a research scientist?
Yes, I continue to do research. I call it my fun hobby on the side. I don't get paid for now 19 years concerning controversies in the legal system. The overall goal is to advance science in the legal and mental health fields, as you'll see on my CV, regarding kind of boiling it down, how to make decision-making, evidence-based decisions in the legal and mental health fields. The science has not progressed in those fields nearly as much as in what's called the natural sciences, physics, whatnot. I do interdisciplinary research, combining historical history and different fields to help resolve controversies in my field.
Have you written any publications or been involved in any presentations that you have been involved in?
Yes, I think about 11, and I have other publications earlier in my career, a variety of them, but I believe that I have about 11 publications or presentations in this field. And excuse me, had long worked with another forensic psychologist who's now retired, but we've been working on the same issues for, I think, 19 years now.
What kind of publications have you written?
Prior to this 19 years in this, working on this controversies to advance science and legal methodology, I did a variety of different, earlier, during my PhD, I have a number of publications in the psychology, basic psychology field, cognitive psychology field, memory, learning, how people develop. And then as a more of an interdisciplinary scientist at UW Madison in the medical school, I conducted different interdisciplinary projects on different, you can see on my CV, different fields within the family medicine, published some and presented.
Dr. Litton, have you prepared a curriculum vitae or a resume?
Yeah, I wrote a brief one.
Okay. Well, let me just ask another question. Your curriculum vitae has a sticker on it, an exhibit sticker number 1. Your curriculum vitae is several pages, correct?
Yes.
If I indicated to you that it's 5 pages, would that be accurate?
That's not right.
And your curriculum vitae contains all of the information that you just testified to, correct?
Yes.
Even your address, your educational background, memberships, professional experience, and publications. Is that fair?
Yes.
I would offer exhibit 1.
Any objection?
No.
1 is received.
We're going to say something additional.
Well, when you asked me about teaching, I kind of forgot. One aspect of my last 19 years of doing my current research and numerous presentations, some of those presentations were done to groups of attorneys to teach them how to make evidence-informed decisions in the field, in the legal field. So I've done a number of those types of presentations to both defense attorneys and others.
Okay, thank you. With regards to this case, did you have the occasion to meet with Taylor Denise Shabusiness?
Yes.
How did that come about?
I originally was asked to be involved in the case by her former attorney, Quinn Jolly, to examine her, evaluate her for both competency and MGI, not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. And then when he left the case and you assumed the case, then I agreed to work on continue on the case for you.
Did you initially have contact with Taylor Denise Shabusiness in February of 2023?
Yes.
Could you describe the contact that you had with her at that time? Do you know the specific date?
I have to look on my report if that's okay.
Sure. Refresh your memory.
Sure. I met with her for 3 attempted interviews. The first 2 were in February 7, 2023, and then another attempted interview February 13, 2023. And she refused to talk with me on all 3 occasions. Despite, after the first 2 attempted interviews, her attorney, Mr. Jolly, met with her. She had thrown a chair at me during the first attempted interview.
Was that on February 7th of 2023?
Yes.
Okay, what happened there?
This was done in a private conference room at the jail. And she was nonverbal. She was nonverbal during all 3 of these attempted interviews back in February 2023. But the first time she entered the room, didn't greet me, seemed that she acknowledged I was there and sat down, we both sat down. And I went through, even though she was nonverbal, wasn't talking to me, she was nodding her head. So I went through my consent form with her, explaining the reason for my evaluation, her rights to confidentiality and so on. And she again nodded that she understood. Then when I started the interview, my usual asking her date of birth, her race, she then suddenly got up from her chair and yelled and went to the corner of the room, picked up fortunately it was a plastic chair, and then she threw it at me across the room. It did not hit me. She then calmly sat back down and I rang for the guards, and it took them a couple minutes to get there. Meanwhile, I sat back down too, and then asked her about why she had done that. I did notice her physiological response was bizarre, which she didn't have any after just doing that, being extremely angry, throwing a chair at her evaluator, her defense retained evaluator. She sat there very, no response, just blank face, no physiological response of a person who had just done such a thing. The guards then came in and they agreed that I should terminate the interview. But then as we spoke more with the guards, they suggested, well, I could meet with her in the secured attorney's booth, we call it. So I asked her if she would be willing to talk to me if we moved to the secure booth. And I had to ask her a couple times, but then she agreed, again, nodding. So then I moved to the secure booth. And when she came in, she again remained nonverbal despite 10 minutes before saying she would talk to me. I did some goofy Dr. Clinton stuff with her to try to disarm her, to engage her. And she just remained nonverbal, and we finally terminated the interview. Then Mr. Jolly met with her twice to ask why did she throw a chair at me. She couldn't really say, but then he met with her twice over 2 days to verify she'd be willing to talk with me. So I returned on February 13, 2023, and at that time, the guard asked my name. The guard went back to her business's cell, and she refused to talk to me again.
You said there were 3 times that you had contact with her, February 7th, February 13th. What was the other date?
The other one was when you had taken over the case, and then she again agreed to talk with me, and that was, I interviewed her then for several hours with you.
Yes, Kim, yes.
I think it was June 19th, 2023.
And tell me about that interview on June 19th of 2023.
I had asked that you be present to encourage her. At that point, she had a good relationship with you. Similarly, she had earlier had a good relationship with Mr. Jolly, who she knew from a prior family connection, which of course changed when several days after my attempted interviews with her in February 2023, that's when she attacked Mr. Jolly in the courtroom, and he left the case. So when I interviewed her with you present, my conclusion from observing her reactions to my questions, what she offered during the interview, led me to conclude that, yes, she met the criteria for consideration of the special plea, not guilty, NGI, I call it. But then I also concluded at that time she was not competent to proceed to trial.
Can you tell me what was the foundation for that conclusion or opinion that you had?
The foundation included her looking in detail at her extensive records going back to childhood, looking at the pattern of her behaviors that began in middle school and escalated in high school, review of her Nicolay inpatient records, psychiatric records, that I think were from 2021, and looking at those records, her jail records, and then just the manner in which she has presented to other evaluators in this case and a previous evaluation she had for custody of her son. And then the observations that I made during the interview with her when you were present showed signs of an active psychotic disorder. They included some most predominant things were that other evaluators in this case had also observed too. Her, what we call tangential thought disorder, where she would derail and bring up totally unrelated topics and really bizarre statements. She had difficulty paying attention and concentrating during that 2-hour interview. When I looked at my notes from that interview and I compared them to Dr. Tracy Lucetta's earlier 2022 competency evaluation, she missed her business in my interview with her. Very similar type of responses that she gave both to me and previously during Dr. Lucetta's evaluation for competency, but also other competency and NGI evaluators in this case. What we call thought disorganization. Her very striking in this case. This is a very unusual case. Her manner in which she presents herself, and that includes not only what she says to people, including jail staff, their mental health people, back when she was at inpatient for 21 days at Nicolay for psychiatric treatment. And then with the evaluators in this case, she has a very unusual, psychologists call it affect, the emotional expressions that are on her face don't match what she's talking about. Again, other evaluators have noticed her tendencies to go off track and not always coherent. We call it thought disorganization, and I noticed that quite prominently during the 2 hours I spent with her. I also interviewed Mr. Jolly over his time on the case. He had met with her weekly meetings with her during his months on the case, other than for a couple months when he was unable to meet with her because she was in seclusion at the jail. And then I also interviewed you. With Mr. Jolly, you know, as the time continued with him on her case, sometimes she seemed coherent and lucid during their conversation, seemed to know what was going on. But then she also would suddenly, and he only interviewed her in the attorney's booth, but sometimes he said that sometimes she would just suddenly stand up and scream. Another time, she suddenly hit her head on the what you call that, the thing in there, hit her head. And I asked him, Mr. Jolly, what had they been talking about when she suddenly then got up and screamed or banged her head? And the context of what they've been talking about was not about, like, say, the details of her case events. It was nothing that would have elicited somebody to suddenly get up and scream. He also really, both of you, Mr. Jolly and now you, Mr. Fralick, both of you reported difficulties with her ability to pay attention and concentrate. The major problem, and this is why I raised competency again, is that although she seems to know and remember some basic courtroom, like the people, you know, the judge's role, although that one had a paranoid flavor to it, the judge's role. But she seems to know basics about courtroom procedure, well, not courtroom procedures, but legal stuff, like what's not guilty mean. She has a rudimentary understanding of an NGI plea, although I had to explain it again. I had to explain that in the 2-hour interview. I often had to explain these terms again, but she seems, based on my 2 hours interview with her, your impressions of her, Mr. Jolly's impressions, the other evaluators, she seems to have some understanding, very rudimentary, about different plea options and roles of different people in the courtroom. However, my opinion about competency rests on that I don't think she lacks insight and judgment and the mental capacity to understand the legal proceedings.
Incompetent.
My opinion, strong opinion, is that despite her knowing the basics about competency, what a judge does, what a guilty plea is, she's
Right, what I don't get it, this is the one that found her incompetent, right? She only just interviewed her a month ago. So the prosecution are now going to have another evaluation of her before next Friday. And I imagine the prosecutor's going to be like, no, she's sound, she's sane. How do you even make a decision then? Because you've got two specialist experts in their fields, supposed fields, saying totally different things. Surely you would lean to the safety of the defense. But I don't know how they work it out.
still exhibits this fundamental lack of insight and judgment about her cases, about how to act in court, about how to help her defense attorney to understand the proceedings.
Dr. Litton, were you aware that Ms. Shabizis was the subject of a civil commitment order in 2021?
Yes,
And she was, by order of the court, required to be in a psychiatric facility or hospital for a period of time?
yes, and it also came with an order to treat.
A medication order, is that correct?
That's correct, and that's that's not done every day. Both the Chapter 51 commitment, which I was involved in many of those when I worked at Mendoza Mental Health and subsequently, and then to go, so that's a mental health commitment, but then to go a step further and for psychiatrists to get an order to treat, that's another step, and it's not done very often. So that was very telling, a good piece of evidence that in 2021, she had a mental health commitment with an order to treat. The psychiatrist at that time, this was at Nicolay, inpatient, the psychiatrist had considered discharging her to Bayhaven, I believe, for drug abuse treatment, but they didn't do it. They decided not to do that. So, and then she went off medications when she was released from Nicolay.
Do you know what kind of medications she was on when she was at the Nicolay Psychiatric Center?
I have to refer to my report, but the medications they used included an antipsychotic medication. She's been on Seroquel. At one point she was prescribed Abilify. These are, and in jail now, she told us that she was also recently prescribed an antipsychotic medication, but she has a history of not complying with taking that medication.
Was that other medication, do you know if it was olanzapine?
It could have been. I said she's been prescribed olanzapine, Seroquel, Abilify, and Risperdal. during her past, it's apparently going all the way back to when she may have been a teenager, and we're still trying to get those records from Ellen, inpatient child adolescent unit where she was admitted.
This hearing was yesterday, David. It was yesterday. And essentially, the prosecution will, next hearing is next Friday, same date as the Boone one, and the judge will make his decision then. So this was yesterday.
In 11th grade, after she obviously exhibited some psychiatric symptoms. And then even earlier than that, she has an admission apparently when she was in 7th grade, but we don't have those records yet.
Dr. Litton, when you met with her, including on June 19th of 2023, did you have any concerns about her affect, her overall affect?
Yes, and that's a term that psychologists, psychiatrists use. It means that facial expressions and maybe even, motor things. And yes, it was striking. And both going back to my 3 attempted interviews with her in February. And I looked at videos, online videos of her appearances when she comes into court, after she attacked Mr. Jolly in court. I looked at those too, and there's a strikingly odd, and it has been noted by other evaluators in the case, this really strikingly odd facial expression. She sometimes is smiling, and the smiling does not fit whatever they're talking about. Jail staff have noticed that. It can be quite rapid in just a day or two, rapid change. But in our interview with her, the 2 hours, I noticed the same thing, that her facial expressions were not consistent with what we were talking about, and just the content of what she was talking about was sometimes, quite often, was quite bizarre. She would sometimes kind of smile. I also noticed the word smirky, a smirky appearance on her face. Other evaluators have noticed that, they call it smirky. I've noticed that too. I didn't notice that a lot in the interview, the 2-hour interview, but it was there. So there's to me, very striking difference in how she appears to people versus her actions.
I'm sorry.
Well, and what's being talked about at the time.
Did Ms. Shabiza say anything about her mental health, what she thought she suffered from or not suffered from? Did she say anything about any kind of prior discussions that she had with mental health professionals?
She's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder in the past. And sometimes she has announced, I think in the interview with her, the 2-hour interview, I think she said bipolar. Sometimes she seems to agree with that diagnosis. Other times, and she's also said schizophrenia. But then other times in the past, she has then said, I don't think I am.
You looked at the records from the Nicolay Psychiatric Clinic, correct?
Yes.
When she was on a civil commitment, was she getting a shot for medication purposes?
Yeah, she has a long pattern of not being compliant consistently with prescribed medications. So they offered her an injected, longer lasting medicine. In the interview, the 2-hour interview I was able to do with her, she shared that she had just been put on olanzapine, which is another antipsychotic, 3 days before that interview on June 2023. She agreed to take an antipsychotic medication again. I have asked you to get the more recent jail records, which we don't have yet. But so the psychiatrist at the jail thought it could be useful for her. I do not know if she is still on the medications at this time. I don't know.
Did you assess Ms. Shabiz's memory? And if you did, what comments do you have about that?
Yeah, I did that informally. I didn't administer any tests, but her memory for both remote events in her life, her memory for more recent events, did indicate some gaps in her memory and problems with her memory. Sometimes, and this is a little known fact about a person who may be psychotic, well, I evaluated many people who were psychotic. Sometimes when they're in a psychotic episode, they do have memory gaps. So that could explain some of her memory issues. She's had very predominantly, very startling problems with her memory, her recall of events. Other evaluators think that have said it could be just all fake. But my observations of her and reading all her records is that she seems to have some genuine memory impairments.
How about any assessments with regards to her speech when you would talk with her?
Yeah, the speech was very strikingly odd again. The content of the speech during the 2-hour interview with her, she would what we call derailed frequently. She'd all of a sudden blurt out something that was totally unrelated to what we were talking about. She thought that she was hearing she seemed, from my judgment, she seemed to be paying attention, attending to both auditory and visual hallucinations. They were, somewhat strange hallucinations, but she has reported that in the past at the jail, Nicolay. So the speech, when you talk with her, it's not to the point where we call word salad, which is unusual aspect of some people with a psychotic disorder where you can't understand them at all. It wasn't to that extreme. I don't think it ever has been looking at her records. So it's not word salad. So it's coherent to the listener's point of view, but the content of it was bizarre. She also showed an elevation in the volume of her voice when she spoke about the apparent auditory and visual hallucinations. Over the 2 hours, she got more and more scared, upset. She had a much more difficult time apparently controlling the voices and the visual hallucinations she was experiencing. That I could see on her face that she seemed genuinely upset, scared, just very distracted by what she was seeing and hearing.
At least during the interview that you had with her on June 19th, can you give me any specific information as to what she said that may have been odd, or to kind of back up these hallucinations that you're testifying about?
When I asked her about auditory visual hallucinations, she began to describe hearing a train whistle that got progressively louder during the interview. And it sounded like, seemed from her point of view, that she was actually seeing a train. At one point, towards the end of the 2 hours, that became so prominent that she was very, very distracted about it. She does have some coping strategies for how to deal with that, like when she's in the courtroom and other times. So she described that. Yeah, sometimes I can repress that and control it. She recorded what we call command hallucinations that tell her to do things for herself, attack people. And she said most of the time she can control that. She said at one point that regarding the train, she just, again, a real tangent. She said that Johnny Cash died on the train. I think the most, I do know not, I know, the most weirdest thing she said at the point where I was assessing her knowledge about how to act in court, since there's obviously been some problems, this became really bizarre because she talked about the incident of exposing herself in court, and she indicated that she did it to get the judge to like her. And then at that point, I asked you, her attorney, to describe courtroom behaviors. And she said, again, I have those statements in my report. I don't know if you want to look at this minute, give me that here. This was one of the more, and this is where I concluded that she lacks the insight and judgment and the mental capacity to understand the proceedings. I asked her I was going through the plea options with her. And by the way, even though I was doing an MGI evaluation, I assessed competency to proceed to trial in all of my forensic evaluations. If they're just for MGI, I still evaluate the person for competency, doesn't matter. So I was asking her about the plea options. Again, she gave some on-track answers. But when I asked her about what the MGI plea means, she said titties. And I asked her some follow-up questions about what's appropriate courtroom behaviors. She said, show titties in court to judge. And I'm reading from my page 6 here of my evaluation. She recalled doing that in the courtroom, and she hoped it would help the judge's opinions now. That was one of the most unusual things. I asked her about when she told me about that she had been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, age 11 or 12, treated with Adderall. She thought that if she's angry in court, so this is where I was trying to assess her ability to work with you, Mr. Freilich. She thought if she was angry in future court appearances and she could not understand what is going on, she can ask Mr. Freilich, who will, quote, tap his toes. I asked her about the attack on Mr. Jolly in the courtroom and what her thoughts were at the time. She said, like carnival atmosphere, madness in head constantly. And there's numerous other references. The weird thing that when I briefly discussed the current legal charges with her, she said that she had a thing with Jeffrey Dahmer about a year ago, and just on and on. There were just numerous of these strange comments about Johnny Cash being on the train. She went further into her tangential thoughts about the train, how loud its whistle was, and how Johnny Cash overdosed apparently on the train. And so there were numerous examples of that. Those are some of the most prominent ones.
Were you, as part of your evaluation, did you talk to her about alcohol or drug use or abuse?
Yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about your discussions with her on those topics, and then any opinions that you had about that?
Yeah, let me just find it here. She, in my evaluation, and then regarding previous evaluators, she is fairly consistent about it. And I don't have the exact years written down, but she began to use some drugs after her mother's death when this business was in 5th grade. I think THC. She has said she's never been a big drinker of alcohol, but then started to use, she used LSD a couple times, I think in high school or shortly thereafter, but then began to use methane or cocaine, powdered cocaine, sometime, and I can't look through, find the dates of how old she was. She started using powdered cocaine sometime, I think, after high school, and then methamphetamine, and along with THC and other drugs, maybe in her early 20s.
Did she indicate to you that she used lots of methamphetamine?
Yes. And sometimes she has said that she, could use it 8-9 times in a day sometimes. And then I think, actually, I think it was more around 2020 because her husband, she told me that her husband was a meth dealer currently in prison, and that she started to use methamphetamine a lot around in 2020. And she's had some drug treatment, but then left. She didn't finish drug treatment.
Did she describe how the methamphetamine would make her feel?
Yes, and this is unusual, a little counterintuitive, but she said it made her, that methamphetamine was the only thing that helped her thinking and brought her down enough to be able to think clearly. And interestingly, sometimes in a person with a psychotic mental disorder, sometimes the illegal substance has a paradoxical effect. So I've encountered this in a couple other evaluations. I kind of give an example of a person with attention deficit disorder with Adderall, which is a stimulant prescribed to treat ADHD, which he does have and has been prescribed Adderall in the past. And Adderall is a stimulant, and so you wonder, why would you want somebody who has attention deficit hyperactivity to be more stimulated? It has a paradoxical effect with people who have ADHD, and it actually helps them to be less agitated, less up. Well, similarly, with people with a psychotic mental disorder, sometimes a stimulant drug like methamphetamine can actually, or LSD. I've encountered this in a handful of other cases where the person with a psychotic mental disorder, this is very similar to what the business has reported. Sometimes the drug, methamphetamine, can actually help them with their problems with thinking, feeling real hyper, not being able to get things together. Sometimes can help them, and sometimes they use vast quantities of it to help with that. Again, it's a form of self-medication, but it can have a paradoxical effect, and that's what she has described to other treaters. And the use of methamphetamine, she didn't want to take antipsychotic prescribed medication, but she has stated that she took methamphetamine to help with her thinking, and it was the only thing that helped, she said.
Did she tell you that when she took methamphetamine, it made her feel like she was floating in air?
Yes, and she told me that, but then she has told other evaluators that too.
Did you inquire as to whether she was ever diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yes, and she has been so diagnosed. There again, very confusing, her reports about that. At times she has said that she was unfortunately raised by a pedophile, that she experienced rape by a parent, and then very oddly, she has negated saying that. I found that in an evaluation done for the Child Protective Services in Texas that was requested when she wanted to keep custody of her baby. Yes, so what was the question again? Ask me again.
Did you find that she did suffer from PTSD?
Yes, and that's been fairly consistent in her inpatient records. Some other evaluators have noticed that or noted it. I asked her point blank about the effect her mother's death had on her, and she reported, a tremendous impact and PTSD. But then also I asked her about just a routine question we asked is about head injuries, physical and sexual abuse, and she reported that her spouse hit her on the head several times at least. She never pursued legal charges. So definitely I would say she has PTSD, and still does have PTSD, and it's caused her a lot of problems and consternation and fear.
You had a chance to review some of her school records, correct?
I did.
What can you tell me about your review of those records?
They were strikingly odd, okay? And when I looked at it on the feeling back, it's unusual that we get real detailed school records, but Mr. Jolly had requested those, so I have those records earlier. What I noticed was that from kindergarten through 4th grade, or 5th grade, she was a very good student. She got good grades. She socialized appropriately with other peers and with teachers. She was well liked, and no problems. And then starting in 5th grade, which was the year her mother died, her behaviors became increasingly oppositional, to me, bizarre. They increased, as I mentioned in my report, these behaviors increased through middle school into high school, and they were strikingly just aberrant, with saying very nasty things to other classmates in the classes, to very distracting to other kids, and she distracted other kids, which could be ADHD. That's a common symptom, very distractible. But then she said some really nasty, cruel things to other kids, and then also to teachers. As she, from 6th grade through 11th grade, when she was expelled, she would say some really nasty things to teachers. And then also, her class had a speaker come in from the community. I don't remember the police officer who it was, and she later said that everything that was terrible and basically trashed him. She would leave classes, just walk out of the classroom, fall asleep in class, very distracting. She got numerous problems noted. And then finally in 11th grade, she came into a classroom just all of a sudden, and she struck another kid several times. Then she was expelled from the class, from the school, I think in Green Bay. And then she apparently completed high school. But this whole change in her behaviors in 5th grade through 11th grade were very strikingly different, odd. They went, as I say in my report, her behaviors went well beyond just your regular typical bully. It really struck me. And I began to, when I saw her adult inpatient records, her behaviors at the Brown County Jail, the other evaluations in this case, her earlier cases involving battery and stuff like that, she kind of putting it together, I began to wonder, well, what do we got going here? Did she have some other issues that started, the mental illness that she has now? Did that start in 5th, 6th, 7th grade and get progressively worse? I have also, frankly, considered the possibility of some neurodevelopmental issues. I don't know how much she has been evaluated for that possibility, but I certainly now recommending both, as I did before, and as Dr. Lucetta did, I'm certainly recommending further inpatient assessment and neuropsychological testing, and then referral to a neurologist and possibly further evaluation just to rule out that there's something else going on here, neural development, some kind of organic problems, because things just, the whole picture of her doesn't quite add up.
Were you concerned about whether or not she's got an organic brain injury?
Yes.
Can you explain that a little more?
Sure. It's like we talk about MDs, medical doctors talk about when a person presents, and they're taught this like first week in medical school. When a patient comes to a physician, you look for horses first. In other words, the most common explanation for the patient's symptoms versus zebras, really much less common explanations of a person's behavior. So in Mrs. Business's situation, there's some obvious things that would be considered the horses. First, bipolar disorder, which she has been diagnosed with. Dr. Lucetta considered the obvious methamphetamine-induced psychotic disorder, which seems much less likely now that she's been off methamphetamine for over a year. So we look at, okay, bipolar, she's already been diagnosed with bipolar, so some of her symptoms could be that, and her symptoms do seem to fit that. However, as you hate to look at the zebras over here, the less common things, but when I look at her this very weird, odd presentation that she has exhibited with me, with jail staff, that when she was inpatient, as a child, as an adolescent, you look at the zebra, would be some neurodevelopmental issue. She was diagnosed apparently as a child with ADHD, but is there something else going on with her in her brain that could possibly help to explain her very, very aberrant behaviors. And I've seen by now probably thousands of people with mental illnesses, including the really bad mental illnesses at Mendota. And things just don't totally add up with her. Or just to say, just a kind of a coarse diagnosis, the bipolar or some schizophrenia, there seems to be, when you look at her whole history and the way she's presenting now, there seems to be something else there. So I would recommend at this point, I don't know how it can be done unless it's inpatient, a thorough neuropsychological evaluation.
Did you consider recommending an MRI of her brain as well as part of the testing?
Yeah, I'm not a medical doctor, so it has to be done by a psychiatrist or a neurologist, but they are a board certified psychiatrist who's also a board certified neurologist simultaneous. So that would have to be recommended by a psychiatrist. Usually after neuropsychological evaluation and testing is done, it's usually the order it's done. I did mention to you, Mr. Freilich, that if we're able to get her childhood and adolescent inpatient records, you've asked for the Bellin child adolescent psychiatry inpatient records from when she was in 11th grade, but there's also, she has reported earlier that she was admitted to a psychiatric facility when she was in 7th grade. If we can get those records, which I hope we can, so then she may have had those screening tests when she was younger. We just don't know. But at this point in time, I would recommend thorough neuropsychological testing as a first step. And then her psychiatrist would have to take it from there, whether or not he would recommend an MRI, just to make sure there's not some kind of a developmental disorder, neurodevelopmental disorder that could possibly account for some of her odd presentations. So that's what I would strongly recommend at this point. The other issue I keep on here that is, this is also a very interesting, very, very complex case that I recognize from day one. But the other interesting and real confusing aspect of this case is that now we have this woman who's been evaluated by four or five other evaluators, and she was evaluated yesterday morning by Dr. Seipel, again, for his second time. There's some very unusual things, well, sort of unusual, about her psychological testing that these other evaluators have done that seem to point to possible feigning or faking, malingering, intentional faking of a mental illness. I don't think so. I don't think that's what we got going on here. Nope. But the fact that they have said that and that they found that, and so two of the evaluators in the past, Dr. Luchetta and one other evaluator, and the judge read from one of their evaluations, two of them have suggested that in case her manners or emotions or presentation changes regarding competency, that they both suggested that further testing or further evaluation should be done. Well, definitely, I agree with that. It is definitely. But the fact that she overpresented symptoms of a mental disorder, and I got this interesting quote from Dr. Luchetta's evaluation for competency, where she could not come up with an opinion. Very unusual for Dr. Luchetta, who, like me, worked inpatient. She was the director of psychology at Winnebago Mental Health. So both she and I have seen hundreds of mentally ill people. Her report is April 29th, 22. She says that, this is interesting, the use of screening measures, and that was psychological tests. This is on page 7. The use of a screening measure is routine, and the possibility that the defendant is feigning is not to be confused with the probability of feigning. Indeed, most defendants classified as possibly faking by the screening instrument used in this examination are, on further examination, classified as non-feigning. So there you go. That even though on psychological tests, personality tests, that Ms. Shabiznas was given by other evaluators that suggested that she was possibly faking mental health symptoms, as Dr. Luchetta astutely pointed out, more often than not, with further evaluations of the person possibly faking, they're not found to be faking. So I definitely agree with that the psychological testings, they're suggestive, but the bottom line is that the fact that she has had numerous evaluators administer psychological testing that indicated she was faking, exaggerating symptoms, that's unusual.
Ms. Shabiznas has been evaluated by multiple doctors, multiple professionals, correct?
Yes, both for the current case and then by many other mental health, both inpatient treaters in the past.
And at least with regards to this case, have you reviewed the other doctors' reports?
Yes.
Did any red flags come out and present themselves to you with regards to your overall review of all these evaluations?
Yeah, there was a lot of red flags, and some of them I've already mentioned. Again, this a red flag is when a person is given a psychological testing and there is some evidence of feigning, exaggerating symptoms, that's a red flag. In other words, it doesn't mean they're wrong.
Is it a red flag that doctors have different opinions?
Yes. And then the striking Dr. Lucetta's evaluation where she could not form an opinion and recommended inpatient evaluation. It is pretty darn unusual when a psychologist with her experience ends up not being able to make an opinion and then recommends inpatient treatment and evaluation. That was a red flag. The very weird manner how mission business presents herself, and all of these other prior evaluations, 4 or 5 of them, those are all done before she threw the chair at me and before she attacked her attorney in court. So that's a bit. I had some subsequent to their evaluations. I was able to experience that. First time in 32 years anybody's thrown a chair at me. Okay, and I'm not the government's expert. I'm the defense. Never had that happen before. Okay? Never. Only. I'm trying to dredge up thousands of interviews I've done. Did anybody ever refuse to speak with me? Well, yeah, I wrote recently a guy down and I refused to speak with me and that's sexually violent person. But that's very unusual where, unless, say when I worked at Mendota or had gone back to Mendota or, I had a guy, guardianship evaluation one day ago who refused just a couple days ago, who refused to talk to me. That's very unusual when a person refuses to talk to, not a guy at Mendota just the other day because I'm working for the Allegheny County Court Council, but very unusual for a person who's
Jesus, she doesn't half talk. I need you to have a rest. My ears are burning. She's just like, yep. Lou, are you like this, Lou? Jesus. So she's had the evaluation from the prosecution side yesterday morning as well then. So they are probably putting their case together by Friday. I know I got a 1.5 and she's talking fast because of it, but like she does like to talk. Right. Let's get it. I've just refreshed the Judge Boyd. Still nothing. No. Right. Let's get back to this one.
hired for defense, when they would refuse to speak with me. It was very striking after my 2-hour interview with her when I compared her answers to my questions about competency, about her mental health background. Very striking when I compared her answers to what she had told Dr. Lucetta. Very similar. This off-track, tangential stuff. Dr. Lucetta noticed that her thought, and she believed that she had a thought disorder, which I totally agree with. And Dr. Lucetta had noticed that it's going off on tangents, saying really strange things. So that those things were quite red flags.
Well, she's talking about going off a tangent, speaking about weird things. Is she talking about herself? Or her business? Because she's doing exactly that as well. Mother.
The fact how she presented to other evaluators in this case, and then back to other previous mental health treaters, inpatient, the hypersexuality, which nobody else has noticed or considered. I spoke with that about bipolar symptoms when I interviewed her. I asked her point blank about has she ever experienced hypersexuality. When she was in a very elevated mood, she seemed very surprised about that, and then said yes, that has been a problem. Another little thing that nobody else has noticed was that she continued to be hypersexual. I believe it was when she was admitted to Nicolay. They caught her before she was on antipsychotic medication. She was caught in the back room, inpatient. She was caught in the back room with 2 different male patients there. So she confirmed hypersexuality behaviors in the past. So that was really striking too.
You talked to her about her drug use, correct?
I believe so. I'd have to look at I believe we covered that. And it's been covered in pretty detail with the other evaluators and in her past admissions to inpatient treatment. And she's been pretty consistent with and forthright about her drug abuse. Yeah, and then she admitted to working as a prostitute in 2020 in exchange for methamphetamine. She told me that around that time, she snorted much cocaine and then had impulses that, quote, drive me insane, could not understand, hard to deal with, act out. She described the feeling like floating in the air when she used methamphetamine.
Did you consider whether or not her drug usage may have caused brain damage?
Unfortunately, it is something, and again, that's one of those zebra things, that most people who use illegal drugs don't end up with brain damage. However, one of the first drugs she ever used as a child and early adolescence was marijuana, which we know in a subset of kids who use marijuana as a kid or teenager, it can be associated with triggering a psychotic mental illness like bipolar or schizophrenia. And we don't know why exactly, but that's possible. So that's one thing that possibly happens here. A person who has maybe a genetic predisposition to a psychotic mental illness who then uses marijuana during the time their brain is developing, it is associated with somewhat more likely to develop a psychotic mental illness. So that's a possibility there. But then just the whole complex of this case, the complexity of this case, just strongly suggests we need an inpatient. This is a person, in my opinion, has fallen through the cracks, which I don't like to see, from a mentally ill person with a documented mental health history of serious psychotic mental illness. It possibly has fallen through the cracks into the legal system, which is not good. The criminal justice system.
Did you?
Is it methamphetamine? That's another concern I've got, or issue. Methamphetamine use, heavy use of drugs like methamphetamine, that can cause, and again, a zebra thing here, very unusual, but that can cause brain damage too. But again, we're now a year with any use of methamphetamine or other drugs, and we still have those symptoms. Poor memory, poor concentration, auditory, visual hallucinations, tangential thinking, a thought disorder. So what is it? Is it just bipolar or some schizophrenia? But it just all doesn't quite add up.
Dr. Lighton, did you prepare a report for this case for Taylor Denise Shoe Business?
Yes.
Was that dated July 3rd of 2023?
Yes.
Was that on your letterhead?
Yes.
And where is your office located?
Oshkosh.
Oshkosh, Wisconsin?
Yes.
Dr. Lighton, is your report 9 pages?
Yes.
Did you sign it?
Electronically.
Okay. And it is dated July 3rd of 2023?
Yes.
I put a sticker on it, exhibit number 2. You believe that all of the commentary that you provided today is part of your report?
Yes.
For exhibit number 2?
Any objection?
No.
It will be received.
Is your testimony to a reasonable degree of psychological certainty?
Yes.
And do you have an opinion as it relates to the issue of competency for Taylor Denise Shoe Business?
Yes.
What is your opinion?
My opinion in this case is that she's not competent to proceed to trial. Basically, on the basis is that she lacks insight and judgment and the mental capacity to understand the proceedings and to assist in her own defense.
Your Honor, I'd offer exhibit number 2 and number 1.
I already received them both.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further from me.
Cross-examination.
Doctor, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. So you've been retained by the defense in this case, right?
Yeah.
Is it fair to say the majority of your work is done in 980 work?
No.
Okay. So for instance,
There's many guardianships for Allegheny County and a variety of other evaluations. So probably not maybe half and half.
okay. So with respect to the publications and presentations you've listed in Exhibit 1 here, it looks like all of them since at least 2010, 2009 are in the area of sexual predators in 980 work. Does that seem accurate?
Well, superficially, because of it's just an example, a very interesting example, where, again, we're talking about sexually violent person predator evaluations. It's just a thing I stumbled into that field back when we got our law in Chapter 980 law in 1994, and I was working at Mendota, and we all had to do those evaluations. then right away, controversies started up about how do you do in those evaluations, and the controversies just continued. So it's only an example. It's a tiny, tiny little field within the legal matters, the SVP, but it's just an example convenient for scientists. Again, to use it to further advance science. So it's like an example of a very controversial area where science is totally derailed. So it's just, I used it as an example in my main colleague, and we have a whole bunch of international allies helping us on the research too. So we just use it as an example of the controversies for education to advance science in the legal and mental health field.
So again, the question was, I mean, the publications that are listed in Exhibit 1 here deal with sexual violent predator commitments. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Is there publications recently in the issues of a competency or conducting NGI evaluations?
No.
When you've testified in your capacity in 980 work, have you ever testified for the state as to those findings?
Yes.
And you said hundreds of NGI evaluations, competency evaluations, guardianships, and sentencing-related evaluations. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Of those hundreds, how many of those specifically dealt with competency evaluations?
Every forensic evaluation I do, and that's all I do. Now, every one, I evaluate the person's competency to proceed to trial. Now, in setting aside the SVP, sexually violent predator or person, and in federal courts is the Adam Walsh Act. And I testified in those, and then I'm directly appointed.
Doctor, do you just try to focus on the question, okay? Because I understand you have ranges of experience, but we're not in federal court, so we're not dealing with the Adam Walsh Act or anything of that nature. Just try to focus on the question, okay?
So, Doctor, I'll ask it. How many court-ordered competency evaluations have you performed in your career?
I don't know. I had to count them. I don't know.
Okay. Many? Are we talking a dozen?
I did 42 while I was at the Mental Health Institute. I've done hundreds of evaluations for competency since 1997.
And those are hundreds of court-ordered competency evaluations since 1997?
Some of them were court-ordered NGIs, some were court-ordered, or not court-ordered, but some were for the defense attorneys for sentencing disposition.
Okay. So then I want to ask about your evaluation with Ms. Business, and that was June 19th of 2023, right?
Yes.
So the interview that formed the basis of your current report, I should say, you previously interviewed her in February, right?
Right.
Okay. Sure. So on June 19th, during your interview with Ms. Business, did you ask her about various roles of the judicial actors during a criminal case?
Yes.
For instance, did you ask her what the judge's role was in the case?
Yes.
And she replied that it's to judge her, to look at her, things to that effect, right?
Right.
And you went through the jury's role with her.
Right.
And you went through the various pleas that were available to her.
Yeah.
And did you ever talk about, like, did she have an awareness of what she was charged with?
Yeah, but she does with both with me in my interview and then with other evaluators. She does know what she's charged with.
And not only, you know, what she's charged with, but like the substance of the allegations. Did she appear to have an understanding of that too?
You know, you mean the substance, you mean the severity of it?
Yeah, well, what the state alleges happened. Is she aware of that?
Yeah, we did not go into big, major detail about the case events, but she seems to be aware of she knows what she's charged with. That's consistent throughout my interview and the prior interview. She knows what she's charged with. She seems to, not in my interview, but other people's interviews, she seems to recognize its seriousness, misdemeanor versus a felony.
And Attorney Freilich was with Ms. Business during your contact with her on June 19th, right?
Yes.
She had an awareness of who that person was?
Yes.
And there were times I think you talked about where they would confer and Attorney Freilich would talk to her about certain things that we were talking about?
Only when I invited him to do that, he remained silent for most of, other than the initial interview to set her at ease. And she seemed responsive to that. But other than that, he only didn't interject anything,
Sure.
Other than when I asked him to explain to her appropriate courtroom behaviors.
And you, I think I may have asked this, you kind of touched on the various plea options, not guilty, guilty, NGI pleas with the defendant.
Yeah.
Did you talk through like what those various things mean in terms of what the consequences of various pleas are?
To some extent. Again, she had an increasing problem with being very distracted, inattentive. And I was a little surprised during just the plea options that she still seemed pretty hazy about them, even though she had been explaining them before. With the NGI plea, she didn't seem to understand what happened if you found NGI. But I explained the bifurcated trial, and she appeared familiar with it.
So
to some extent, but again, I had to explain it all to her again, which is unusual because she had to explain to her by 3 other evaluators.
when you explained those topics and concepts to the defendant, did you then ask, to see if she had the capacity to retain that information?
No.
You didn't ask that?
At that point, during the whole interview, she was distracted, and by that point in the interview, she was very distracted by apparent auditory hallucinations, visual stuff. So I didn't go back in each of those areas to see if she retained the information.
Did, and again, this interview was June 19th, right?
Right.
So you were aware about 6 days before your interview with Ms. Business, there was a day-long motion hearing. Were you aware of that?
I'm not sure. There's been numerous motion hearings that I wasn't aware of. So I'm not sure.
Did you ever inquire with the defendant if, hey, did you know what happened last week? Were you aware of that hearing? Did you ever ask any of those questions?
I asked her the questions about the chair throwing, with me, which she didn't have any memory for. I asked her about the attack on her, Mr. Jolly in the courtroom.
I think the question, Doctor, was related to the hearing that occurred a few days. I don't think he asked whether you asked her about the chair. So just try to focus on the question, Doctor. Mr. Freilich can certainly ask redirect questions, okay? Why don't you go ahead and ask the question again, Mr. Saunders?
Yeah, so was there any conversation with the defendant about her awareness of what happened on June 13th at that hearing?
I don't believe I asked her about that. I didn't know what it was. You have to remind me what that was.
Okay, so there was no discussion about any prior hearings. Was she aware of what was going on? There were hearings in May, there were hearings in April. Any discussion about those hearings?
Not unless one of them involved the chair that they were attacking Mr. Jolly.
Okay. You brought up the topic of prior evaluators talking about the topic of feigning, lingering. Do you remember talking about that earlier in direct examination?
Yeah.
And I think in your report, you actually quote, psychological testing by other evaluators found signs of possible malingering or intentional faking of mental disorder symptoms. Does that seem consistent with what you wrote in your report?
Yeah.
And, you know, somebody with your experience, is that something you're trained to kind of look for in every evaluation you're doing?
Yes.
Sometimes you use, you know, instruments to kind of gauge that.
Yeah.
And I think you even reference at the end of your report, quote, testing can reveal attempts to fake a mental disorder, end quote. Is that right?
Yes.
And so what attempts and instruments did you use in this case to determine if the information Mr. Business was telling you was feigned or false narrative?
I did not do any formal psychological testing with Mr. Business.
And I think you did mention on direct that sometimes those screening measures can be utilized to help with that, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes.
And there's none that you utilized in this case.
No.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
On those topics, Mr. Freilich.
Based on your training and experience in meeting with lots of different patients, sometimes you come into a situation where someone that you're assessing or evaluating, they try to fool you into thinking they're normal.
Yes, that's an interesting question. Yes, that happens to kind of the reverse. Yeah, right.
Is that where feigning or faking can come in?
Well, yes, but when that's used kind of formally, it means they are the person's intending to intentionally faking mental health symptoms. I think what you asked was kind of the reverse. Do sometimes people I'm evaluating try to convince me they don't have a mental illness? Well, that happens a lot. And this business has done that with other evaluators and treaters, that she doesn't have a mental illness.
When the prosecutor was asking you questions about whether Ms. Shabusiness talked about motion hearings or the court proceedings, and you started talking about throwing a chair and the attack on Mr. Jolly, what were you referring to?
I don't remember what the hearing was that she threw the chair, or rather when she attacked Mr. Jolly. I think that was her competency motion, but I guess there's been 5 competency hearings so far in this case. And I don't remember which is which and what all motions were done with each of those hearings.
Did she ever give you any reasons why she threw the chair or apparently attacked Mr. Jolly?
No, well, with the chair throwing with me, she didn't recall it. She said she only read it in the jail logbook, but and then when I asked her about why did she attack Mr. Jolly, which was unusual. I mean, not only was that unusual, in court, but it was unusual because she had previously expressed that she liked him, so that was unusual. And the other thing she said was about that, I asked her, what were your thoughts at the time she attacked Mr. Jolly in court? And she could only say it was like a carnival in the courtroom. She told Mr. Jolly in the past that she had a very hard time thinking. That was the only reason she gave Mr. Jolly about why she threw the chair at me. I had problems with thinking.
And during your meetings with her, did she exhibit any obsessive compulsive behaviors as well?
I think this is outside the scope. I'd object, Judge.
Yeah, Mr. Freilich, you're covering issues that he didn't cover in his cross. So I'm getting back into direct. So I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay, I have nothing further then.
Okay, any on those topics, Mr.
No, thank you.
Saunders?
Sorry.
Okay.
Your Honor, on that topic though, would the court at least consider some of the comments in her report related to obsessive compulsive issues?
The report's been offered into evidence and it's been received. So I consider everything that's in evidence.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the matter is concluded for today then, Doctor. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I did, Kim, and I went like that to Lady Law. I've got a radar to say Lady Law is in the vicinity, so I know. So I always put him up. I blow her a kiss, so she knows.
Before we break for the day, there's just a couple of topics I wanted to address. Have the attorneys had an opportunity now to review the jury questionnaires and converse about perhaps individuals that you're looking to have stricken and reached agreements or disagreements on those? I'll start with the state.
I think council had a lengthy hearing last afternoon, yesterday afternoon when we were going to meet. I'm available today. We hadn't talked about that, but perhaps today. I fully reviewed it, and I think we can agree on some strikes.
Your Honor, I've reviewed the jury questionnaires, and my plan would be to talk with Mr. Saunders if he has time this morning. I wasn't able to meet with him yesterday because of a lengthy hearing in the afternoon.
Okay, well, because the next topic I wanted to discover or to address with the parties is whether we actually need to have a pretrial conference, which is scheduled for Monday morning, because we are going to continue to meet before this trial starts. And so just reassembling for no particular purpose is something I want to avoid as much as I can. On the other hand, I don't know if that's something that either the attorneys are prepared to weigh in on. Mr. Saunders?
I can't think of a reason to keep it on at this point, so I don't have an objection to that.
Mr. Freilich?
Your Honor, I don't think we need to meet next week on Monday at 8:30, but that's up to the court.
Well, here's the thing. When I scan my mind for things that need to be addressed, the only thing I can think of is the jury questionnaires. It's really the only thing I can think that we would need a pretrial conference to address, because we've addressed all sorts of motions in limine, and everything we usually do at a pretrial conference has already been done. In addition, we're meeting again before the trial starts on Friday morning. So my inclination at this point is to take the pretrial conference off, because I don't see that's needed. And I'm not sure that there's anything that we can't take up on Friday that we need to take up on Monday. So that's what I'm going to do. The pretrial is coming off. We're still on for 8:30 in the morning on Friday. To the extent the attorneys can agree on a list of the jurors that they both believe perhaps ought not to be called in, that would be great. If there's certain ones that perhaps one side believes ought not to be invited in and ought to be stricken, and the other side doesn't, and I can take that up on Friday morning. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else for the record today, Mr. Saunders?
No.
Mr. Freilich?
There we are. Kim, there you go. It's because Lady Law loves a D. That's why. Sarah, of course she gets kisses. Mwah, mwah. Everyone gets kisses from me. Not everybody. I'm not a whore, but do you know what I mean? We'll wait for Lou. Lou can give her little statement now. We'll wait for Lou. Let's be patient for Lou to type and give her assessment. Let me share screen. Let's see this lawyer. Judge Stephanie Boyd. Maybe not your full assessment, but your what was, did she speak? Was she speaking sense, Lou? Was it like, would you consider a testimony quite, valid? The judge. Look at you all sharing kisses around here. Jesus. Dirty bitches. But I love you. I love you all. It's all good. So from a layperson point of view, Lou, I'm just like, well, how can the judge object to extending the trial based on that? Because the prosecution is gonna get their guy on and say, no, she's competent. So it's again, he said, she said type of thing. But surely you'd lean towards the defense more, because ensuring that she has got a fair trial. She didn't tell any Robert De Niro stories. I mean, she basically said all the other stories. That's what I mean, Lou. That's what I mean. So this is why, how do you decide? So I would, as a judge, would have to say, well, look, I'm going to have to lean with the defendant, because defendant deserves a fair trial. So, you know, we'll extend the time. That'd be dangerous for the judge to be like, well, yeah, but I don't really care what the psychologist says. We're just going to go to trial anyway. I mean, that's just going to be overturning an appeal. So he's going to have to play it carefully, in my opinion. You know, so look at everyone's checking the kisses out. Look at you. Look at you all. Jesus. Not that I'm jealous or anything. It's all good. The judge has not come back at all. We've not seen this judge at all. That's the only bad thing I would say about this judge. We don't get to see anything. Can you imagine if the verdict's been already and they just didn't stream it? Just went, fuck it, no point. Bloody hell, more kisses. Right, you whores, can you stop it? Spreading kisses here. So yeah, I don't know. What's the time? So the time now is 4 p.m. in Texas. I don't like when the defense. Hang on. I don't like when the defense uses incompetent card to delivery. But if she's incompetent, but then they have to find a psychologist that is willing to do that. Do you know what I mean? I would be surprised if she wasn't genuine with what she's saying. So, you know, as a psychologist, that is. I was just thinking the same thing, that maybe she forgot to start the stream. I don't know what that means. Therapy. Lou, another kiss. Taco. Have you seen this taco? I've got it on my crotch. Hang on, let's get it up. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. Here we go. Taco. Boop, boop, boop. You play with the taco, you can rub the taco. Taco's plenty big as well. Oh, yeah, Sarah. Yeah. Maybe. No, I think she's professional. Got air in on my crotch. Like your taco and the aubergine, Lady Law. No, I think she would play it. I think she's quite professional. And if she didn't, I think hopefully someone in court would remind her to. Do those courts normally go over 5 o'clock? Or would they come back Monday? We didn't say that. I don't want to be here till 8 o'clock at night and it's like, oh no, we left at 5. I'll be like, what? Bam, 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 bam. Where's a glyph? Gilf Blushy. I need to. Right. Once I sort myself out, you know there's something with a gilf going to be here, definitely. Most likely won't go past 5, especially 5. Fine. So I've run into problems, Lady Law. This is my 3rd stream today, and I was only supposed to do 2 because I got kicked out by YouTube on one of my streams. Copyrighted. So I'm not in the algorithm. It's only a handful of people that get my streams at the minute. So the problem is I'm not making. Do you know what I mean? I'm being demonetized behind the scenes. I've not having people come in wherever. So once I get established and make it, then there'll be little trinkets for everyone that's loyal and here. So don't worry, there'll be something. Just not yet. And also, I've just bought fucking signs and shit. So I've deleted it. It was this one. Well, same stream as it. I basically played 48 hours video and I didn't stop enough. I only stopped twice. I should have maybe stopped 4 times. You should stop every 2 more minutes or something, but I stopped every like 4 or 5 minutes. So I got bounced. I had to start a new stream. They've not confirmed if I got a strike yet or not. Hang on, unless I've got it here. Let's check to see. No, they've not updated anything. Just a copyright notice. Got to stop every but I can't stop every 30 seconds. I mean, if I do that, there's no point streaming it. Do you know what I mean? And look what some biatch sent me as well. Hang on, can you see this? Well, I did. I stopped it twice and spoke about it and asked questions, but do you know what I mean? Hang on, look at this then. You'd be proud of me. Kimberly said, trigger warning should be this guy steals content. This is Judge Boy's content, so I gave her a dislike. And a reply. I give a nice reply. Hi, Kimberly. That's great observation. I didn't even realize. Ha ha ha. Thanks for your productive comment and added a positive algorithm for my YouTube. You're the best. Please continue to comment and join us if you want. XOXO, Kimberly. So, get that out the way for her. Yeah, that's why I don't play it, because I can't do it. Yeah, well, I thought it was from a small transformative. I can't do every 30 seconds. Can you imagine what the stream's gonna be like? Everyone would leave if I did something every 30 seconds. So I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna stream it anymore. I thought every 2 minutes was excessive. Every 30 seconds? Can't do it. Can he do it? So I just won't stream it anymore. Do you know what I mean? F them. But it's all good though. Well, we just got to watch that one, didn't we? Just got to watch Letitia. No, who was it? Your business is a thingy. So it's all good. So we don't reckon it's going to go past 5. So 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got about 50 minutes left. Okay. Got about 50 minutes left before 5 o'clock. Well, hopefully she comes on then. I hope she comes on. Dee 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 dee. Why? Not be funny, but why has someone disliked my taking a like off my video? Buggers. Someone liked it and disliked it. I don't understand that. Or took a like off. Beep 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 beep. Okay, so that's we'll wait for Boydie now. We'll wait for Boydie to see what's going on. And see if she comes on. She must come on. She has to come on, because just to end proceedings with the jury and stuff. And I imagine she will want everyone to hear that. So we'll be fine. Yeah, fine. Whenever you want. When do you want to do it? Tonight? You let me know, Lady Law. Lady Law, let me know. On the weekend? Next week? Whatever. You let me know when you want to do it. Mamba. Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Oh, jeez, itchy that. I'm going to go see if there's a trial next week as well now. I don't want to play anything else now because we'll might as well wait to see what's going on. What's going on? Hang on. No, I've only done 2 today. Yeah, no, I don't care when you want to do it. It's fine. I'm still on for another probably couple of hours anyway, because of this bloody thing anyway. But yeah, let me know when you want to do it. It's all good. It's all good for me. Yeah, probably it's a good idea not to do it tonight. You're probably right. Considering by the time you get home and get ready, you know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be like freaking 2 o'clock in the morning for me. So yeah, that's not. But yeah, let me know if you want to do it on the weekend or something. I'm happy to do whenever you want to do it. We'll work around you, Lady Law. Work around the gilf. See, guys, how nice I am. Do you know what I mean? I'll always work around the gilf. Yeah, message on Twitters. It's all good. Well, see how you feel. Do you know what I mean? Rest up and see how you feel. The D is always ready for you, lady. Hey, Lady Law, the D is always ready for you. Always ready for you. Hmm. So, looking at other stuff. Is there anything? Hang on. Let me just look at. Let me just look at this now. Hang on. What's Shelley saying? Why don't you skip streaming from her YouTube and go straight to the court side like you did for Cara? I didn't know I could do that, to be quite honest with Shelley, because I know that they use Zoom, so I don't think I'll be able to do it, Shelley, because they're restricting people because it's on Zoom and there's a waiting room and stuff like that. The one for Cara was different because that was WebEx, sorry. This is Zoom they're using. Also, I don't think what we're doing is wrong for Judge Boyd. Just that, just that bitch. Like, um, but yeah, if it was any WebEx, whatever webinar stuff, I would do it. But I don't think we need to with Judge Boyd. As soon as she goes live on Zoom, I think she comes straight live onto this one. Let's. But I do need to look at some other courts as well, though. You may watch the Commissioner's Court meetings live on your PC with most browsers. On your PC, additionally, meetings are televised on. Oh. You may watch the Commissioner's Court meetings live on your PC with most browsers. I'm not using Channel 21. I'm not using Channel 21. This is her. No, somebody commented on it and said I shouldn't do it. Shelley, this is her YouTube page. I'm not. I'm not using Channel 21. And I didn't get a strike for Judge. I got a strike for the 48-hour stuff. Yeah, but I don't think the courts have it, Shelley. But well, I mean, Lady Laws here, she deals with all this. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to do it on her YouTube. I don't know. I don't think that I can access her on from her court. I'll go to her court, but I don't think I can. What's it called again? Something San Antonio. 187 Bexar Court. Yeah, I just got it here. Bexar Court. Good timing that was, Shelley. Right, I got her page, but I don't have her. We are court portal. District court, isn't it? 187th. I can't find anything that allows me to stream it. So what they got is this now you see on the screen. Yeah, it's Avon Criminal Court. I'll explain it later. This is her page on YouTube, and what she does is she streams off Zoom every day, like, and makes these videos. What's your business? Right. Just to show people I'm not thick here, right? Because some people might think I'm being sick here. Sick, thick. What you're saying, Shelley, is exactly what I'm doing. Presents. Share screen. So I'm in the criminal district courts. Oh. No, right. No, her name, that doesn't work. I've got to go to another one. That doesn't work. I found another one now. Search screen. Right, so these are the ones. And it just takes me. Do you know where it takes me? It takes me to this. It takes me to this. I press live and it takes me to this page. No, Shelley, I've done it. I'm not okay. Shelley, I've absolutely done it. If you click on it, if you press the 187 district, that just takes you to her page. If you click on all Texas court streams and then go to the 187 district, it takes you to this page. That's on the screen now. It takes you straight to this screen. There's other streams on there. Let's have a look on the other streams. No, the other one does that as well. So if I go, right, presents, share screen, criminal court. So on this page, if I press 187th here, that takes me to this page, yeah? That's not got anything on it. If I go back, if I go to here, all Texas court live streams, press that. Doesn't come on this, but what I'll do is I'll show you on this. Present, share screen. It goes in here. Yeah. So you see, Judge Boyd, 187th District Court, Bay County, live now. So when you click live now, that goes to the stream. But if I click it, it takes me to this page. It takes me directly to this page. So her watch live is straight on YouTube. All the judges are the same. They've all got YouTube pages. It's fine. It's just they all. So I tried all of them. All the live ones all go in here. I knew it would because they can't do the Zoom. So if you do webinar, WebEx, it's fine. It all works. You can't do it for Zoom because if you do for Zoom, you then are in the waiting lobby with everyone else, and I don't think they'd want that. So there we are. Nothing I can do. Doesn't matter anyway. It's all on the court, so it's fine. I need to get that back now. Yeah, to be fair, there's quite a few of them. There's no one live at the minute though, but there's a lot of judges there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 judges live now. None of them are actually live. Anyway, we'll just go with this anyway. So, judge is no. Which one is this now then? That one. I know, Kim. Disgrace. I don't know where she came from. She probably came from one of these. Let's have a look to see if she's in. Damn it. Update layout. You can see, yeah, Denny Dawn. Denny Dawn. She used to come to this channel. She was, well, she's still a member at the minute. See if Kimberly's here. Don't even think she's in the bloody thing. All that fuss. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right, now I need to bloody rearrange this now. Right, where am I doing it? There. Right. We'll go to home. I believe in Sarah P. Sarah P says they'll finish at 5. I believe her. So we've got another 30, 35 minutes. But I might have a look next week on the Colorado site to see if there's any live streams. The only problem is the last time I went on Colorado WebEx, they're all I couldn't stream. I wasn't allowed to stream any of them. I could view them myself, but I wasn't allowed to record. I'm hoping Kara's one on the 24th will allow us to record as well. Kimberly comes from, yes, she does, Lou. But it's just trolling. I mean, a lot of people, send messages like that. It's all good. Do you know what I mean? You want some of those comments, if you know what I mean. It just means that, and also she's obviously clicked on it or liked it. What I don't like is, why do people click like and then decide to unlike it then? Someone's done it again. That I don't get. That I don't understand. Don't like it in the first place. And I don't understand that at all. But whatevs, isn't it? Whatevs. Right, let's have a look here then. Do, 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 do. Ugh. Oh, I need to go and have a look to see where this is. No, not that one. My channel. Not my channel, my studio I want. Then it's the same. I was saying to Sarah P this morning. Yesterday I lost 3 subscribers straight after the stream, and today I gained 4. So YouTube is a bit odd. It's a little bit odd. Yes, it is. It's a bit odd. Yes, it is. Right, okay. There's nothing going on today. What's going on? Right, I was gonna see. Oh, that's what I wanted to see. My channel. No, YouTube I want, not my channel. Law and Crime Trials. So what they have, they have the they have the Ronald Burgos one, and that's all they got, which is weird. There was a hearing as well, motions hearing yesterday. Beauty Queen murder case. Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke. Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke. Georgia v. Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke. So that's something coming up as well. There's something inside. Jesus, do they want to? I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. Okay, there's that. C D D D D D D D D D. Okay, no. So no, I was going to look if there's any other trials in. No, there's not. I don't get. Well, I don't get. Oh, geez, she can go. I can. I do not get. Let's see. She has 2. Trials. Oh, hello. SVYN. Hello. The video didn't come out yet. No, we were waiting to see it. So it's all good. But welcome, first time here. I hope you're not a hater. Don't be a hater, please. SVYN. Don't be a hater. We're lovers here, not haters. It was the guy represented himself, Heidi. I don't remember his name now, but he's represented himself. Lady Law, tomato, 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 tomato. I was looking at other stuff. Oh, SVYN, you're probably gone now, but welcome if you're still here. Apologies, I didn't answer you earlier. I was roaming YouTube to see what was on Law Network and stuff. So, do you know when, or if you're still here, SVYN, Sven? I just told her. Are they closing at 5? Sarah P, Miss Reliable, has told me it finishes at 5 because it's a Friday. So, yeah, I mean, they're taking a long time. They're sweet ass time on this verdict. What? What was I not supposed to say? Whoopsie. I did say the name of it. Uh-oh, I might be in trouble here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm in the doghouse. But she's right. She's right. She's right. I'm in the doghouse and she's right. I am grounded. I apologize. I apologize. And I do keep getting sniped. You're right. That's why I stopped doing my trial thing earlier on. So I have a habit, right, of I speak my mind, Lou, right? I just say stuff. I haven't got a filter in my head. So I say stuff about what I'm about to do in the future. But other people tend to then take my ideas and do it themselves, or take my streams ideas and just do themselves. So I need to stop saying what I'm going to do. Yeah. So while Lady Law wants to stream, my big mouth just said to everyone what she was about to stream without thinking. Where shouldn't say what it is until literally before you stream it. That's my bad. So I've been sniped lots lately with people taking what I plan on doing and turning it in and doing themselves. So I have to stop. And in a way, I shouldn't have done the whole list of things here because you can't trust anyone, guys. You can't trust anyone out there. People will swipe anything. There's no friends in love or war. And I'm a lover, not a hater, but Lady Law is right. I need to stop. I need to shut my mouth and say nothing. And just stream it when I stream it. That's why I don't now stop doing things in advance. Obviously, if things are Johnny Depp, I'll just say it. I'll just do it because I'm like halfway through it now. And if people don't want to join me, who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? I don't care about that now. But anything new now, I'm not going to say anything. Which is a pain in the ass, but it's the only way you can do it because literally so many things I wanted to do or was going to do, people have swiped it. So yeah, you see, that's why I don't got a filter. It's a good thing and a bad thing. I don't have a filter. I just tell you the truth because just say it. It's a bad thing then because then I spoil things then. And I'm normally quite good at stuff like that. But what an idiot. Uh, Right, well, we got another probably 20 minutes here now. Too many people trying to do the same stuff. You start searching for cases and then tip people off. Yeah, that's what I mean. I've done it today already. I've done it today already. Well, what I do is I try and involve everyone. Just be like, hey, what do? But I just gotta stop doing that. You don't need a filter, but perhaps a little tea strainer might help now and then. No, I need a filter. Um, I need a filter when it comes to what I plan on doing. And by you, too many people are trying to do, and then tip people off. You start searching. Yeah, I'm the worst. I mean, I say everything, and then everyone just not everyone, but lots of people nick it. So I need to stop now. I need to stop. We need a hero. I'm not your hero. I need to stop. Yeah, so I need to get back in the algorithm, and I need to not tell anyone what I'm doing, not a single person. And just do it. And not ask for choices or anything. I'm just doing it. If you want to join, you join. If you don't, you don't. So fine. That's it. No more polls. No more polls. No more anything. We're just doing what we need to do. Oh, you idiot. I am such an idiot sometimes. And I just spoilt it. I gave out a trial already today. And 2 trials we gave out today. 3 trials I gave out today. 4 trials I gave out today. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Giving out 4 trials. There we are. That's great, isn't it? Anyway, I just feel bad with Lady Law because Lady Law has something she wants to record, and hopefully no one does it. If someone does it, Lady Law, they're cunts. Don't think they will. I don't think no one will fuck you over. So that means I'm totally at your mercy now. I will record it with you whenever you want. I'm at your mercy. If you tell me you want to record it, in the next 6 hours, I will do it in the next 6 hours. I will get up at 4 a.m. to record it, wherever you want. I owe you one. Let's refresh this. Lesson learned, though, Lady Law. Thank you for being here. Lesson learned. And that's why I don't like the fact that you can't see who's seen your videos and who's here and stuff, because people snipe it. Little bastards. Little bastards. I would say drop your recommendations Discord, but don't do that either. If you got any case stuff or any trial things, message me on Twitter. Don't put them in here or anything. Message me on Twitter. If you've not got Twitter, then we're gonna sort you out. Facebook, whatever. I'm gonna hide behind my mic now. Yeah, no, hey, I know you're a bitch, right? But I know you're not that much of a fucking bitch to fucking make me get up at 4 a.m. to fucking record stuff. Jesus. I'll be like, fuck off. But I am willing to do whenever you want, anytime you want, though. Anytime on the weekends. So, oh yeah, no, they are. Utah are the only ones having holidays on the 24th, I believe. I think we scared away. What was the name? SVYN. What's that stand for? SVYN. SVYN. If you're still here, say hello. It's my bad. I didn't get back to you for a couple of minutes because I was roaming the YouTube world. So come back, say hello. We're nice. I'm a doofus sometimes, but I'm mostly nice. And most of the people in chat are nice, even though everyone's gone quiet all of a sudden. They're all pretending to work and stuff, you know. We're working. Yeah, that bullshit. I don't think but Boydie should come back tonight though, just to let us know that there's no, send the jury home or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But oh yeah, no, it's Friday night. Friday night. Because they did go past 5 the other night, didn't they? But it is Friday in San Antonio. They like their tapas and stuff like that. So we need a hero. I'm your hero. So I love. What was that? Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, if you're not in a rush, happy days. I thought you were in a rush to do it. I'm at your mercy. Well then I have got. So if it's in the week, I've got a little bit of restrictions then, only because I have to get up super early on Tuesday mornings and Thursday mornings. So, what desk have you got, Lilo? Message me if you want. But right? So serious question now. Serious, right? What do I do, right? Do you mean what's behind you when you are on camera? Yes, she does. Well, I believe so. But Lou, I've got that question now, right? So I have a sign and I got other bits and bobs to put on. What do I do? Do I bring my camera down? Oh no. What do I do with my camera? Do I put it on the laptop, which would be at this level, and I can then go either like that or no, I can't. It has to be high, doesn't it? How do I do this? I can't do that, can I? That's too high, isn't it? About that. All right. Good morning, everyone. Oh, Jesus. But I can't do that because then you can't see my signs. You can see my titties, but you can't see my signs. So I have to do it that way, don't I? Dave, you mother. Where have you been, Dave? You're never here, man. Come on, Dave. Go Pack Go. Go Pack Go. We just watched Green Bay bloody trial. And we're in the middle of watching another trial. Dave. I just got an attachment so I can face away from the door. Oh, that's nice of her. Yeah. What tape? What have you done with your table? Have you gone low or high? What have you done? Also, I get criticized a lot about the sofa. But like, what do I do other than the sofa? Like, I can't sit on a streaming chair because it's just too painful. Lady, I was watching your brother. We've lost Dave. Dave's never here anymore. Dave doesn't love me anymore. So that means I've got to support someone except for Go Pack Go now. Oh, Dave, you can win me over straight away. I can't go against Dave. Can't go against Dave. Go Pack Go. Gotta be done. Well, you missed it. We're just waiting for a verdict. We are, Dave, from Judge Boyd. We're doing things a little bit differently here. Hey, what? So no, before Lady Law and Lou, right? I look forward to seeing your new stream here. And what about mine, Lou? What about mine? I'm gonna have a new stream set up. I'm gonna have signs and stuff. But I'm conscious about the sofa though. But I can't do anything about it. Fuck it. There's nothing I can do about it. Tough. So come Monday, you're all going to see my new setup. Way, let's go. But I think I'm going to have to move some stuff because my problem is, right, Andy, yours, Alan. But I think I will get hers done. No, mine's been done tomorrow. Mine's been done tomorrow, Lou. No joke. My sign has arrived. My little things I'm putting on the wall have arrived. And Lady Law has seen it. But I won't spoil the surprise. Some people have seen the sign, but they haven't seen some of the other stuff. So I won't spoil the surprise. But I've got everything. I'm just going to put up tomorrow. But the hard bit is trying to get it right. I think I'll go with this height. And we'll see how it works. Take it back, Lou. I got everything. The only thing I was waiting for, I'm waiting for a couple of decorations. I've been watching the Texas Border Patrol trial, but it's now over. Drew gets the case Monday for the. That's fine, Dave. I was only teasing. I know. I thought you might be somewhere doing that. We just watched the SA trial. It lasted 3 days. They're still out. Oh, hang on. No, they're still out. On we're on verdict watch still. So we're waiting. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I think I'll go with this kind of height, maybe a little bit higher. I need to move this screen to the other side. Because my problem is my TV's behind all this. So in order for me to watch TV, I have to put everything down on the floor. But if I put the TV to the right, then that affects that. Oh, I got tough stuff ahead of me now. I wish the table could go up and down, up and down. Up and down. But it can't. You going to do Sarah Boone? Dave, I'm not saying what I'm doing. You should have been here, Dave. You should have been here. Nah, to be honest with you, Dave, I don't know. We don't know. First of all, we don't know if Boone is going ahead, and we don't know if your business is going ahead yet. So we'll see. Is what I'm going to say to you, Dave. We'll see. And both might be cancelled. Both might be on. I don't know. If both are on, then it's probably not Sarah Boone. I just don't see the Sarah Boone one. She's she's just going for battered wife syndrome. So good luck. I think we've seen most of the evidence in that one, so it's a bit like your business one's wild, and I'm not seeing all the details in that one yet. Yeah, that's what I need. But how do I? But it costs a fortune, I think. Amazon. Amazon UK. But do I not need a desk first? Then the adjustable desk goes on it. Adjustable desk. From local set. Hey, Lou. But Lou, no, it's like Lou, you sassy motherfucker. Look at your fucking chair. Jesus. No, my back's fine. Look at you, guys. First of all, we don't have sales. Second of all, we don't have local distributors in where I'm from. I'd have to go hours away to get one. Get a chair. I can't get. Look, I don't know what everyone says to me all the time. Get a chair. Do I need to just get a chair? Yeah, I'm now. My mind's gone now. That yeah. Well, yeah. My second niece, I had iPhone 11. She swiped it like last year, whenever it was, or 12 it was. She just swiped it. Well, I'm having it. So you what? Your 2 years is up. You get a new one. I do need money. It costs a fortune, guys. I do though, don't I? I do though. I'm just thinking now. I'm already thinking I need to change my setup. So actually, Lou, I might not have it set up by Monday. I'm thinking now I might have to reset everything. I might have to reset everything. Okay. I'm pretty confident that we won't have anything set up by Monday. Now that we're talking, new desk, new chair. Everyone says my yeah, I do need it. You're right, I do. I just try not to spend money because I just spend a fortune on those things. But if you're committing to it, you need to commit to it. Jesus, you guys are gonna make me fucking skint. But I love you all, so it's all good. And you're all members, so you've done your part. I need to do my part now. Yeah, I think the height of the desk might be fine as long as I no, it depends on the chair. I can't buy a desk. They're all about 100 and something quid, but I can't do it until I find a chair. I need to find a pawn chair, like Lou's got, not Lou. Get a hologram chair. What's that? So that's not your chair. Your chair was like, oh, 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 sassy. She's a sassy motherfucker. Is that name of it? Hologram chair. I thought hologram was something that you spun on. You can rent office. No, I don't want to rent it. Like again, Dave, I think what you got in the US, we don't have quite the same here in the UK. And also, I just want one chair, as in a comfy chair. To be fair, the sofa's comfy. It's just more of a. It's just a background. Oh, what? That was a lush chair. I was like, that is fantastic. I was going to look at something like that. now you've all said this. I don't think I can do a computer chair because I'm doing. I have a computer chair. I tell you what, my ass, my lower back, so much pain. Here, it's not so bad. Here, it's fine on the sofa compared to the chair. I can't do it. But now I need to find a big chair. Fuck. The things I do for you guys. Things I do for. You're lucky I love you, girl. All right, okay, so we're going to do that. So this judge, I don't think is coming back. Jesus. We'll wait anyway. We'll wait a little bit longer. Oh, my days. How can I? Dave, I blame you. You came in and all of a sudden, everyone's got to be buying bloody tables and chairs. Bloody hell, Dave. Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go. I'm going to see if my stocks have done all right today first. Oh, no. Okay, not too bad. Oh, I need to stream from my bed, only place I'm comfy. I know, I love my bed as well. Just keep what you have, maybe put a Carolina blanket on the wall. No, I got stuff for the wall. I got a sign and everything for the wall. You have to be comfy. Yeah, the only problem I have, Kim, is my TV's behind this. So every time I want to watch TV, I have to move the table or I have to move all the gear and put it on the floor, which is it's not bad, but it's a bit of a nightmare. Where if I keep this where it is, as in, sorry, my sofa, my TV, that's my chill out area. Then I got a little hut corner on the side, which I could put the table in front of. I can go behind it and just a chair there, and then put everything above it. Name my brother's chat. Funnel Junkies. How do you do that? Top membership. Rain King. Rain King. Oh, he is. Oh, has he got a thing? Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, there he is. Oh, I got it open already. What am I doing? No, I need to go in here. Oh, I thought you meant the channel. To join the channel. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Memberships are now available too. Should nick that, shouldn't I? Lady Law wrote that. I should nick that. I think I know what you mean, Lady Law, but it's not on his channel at the minute. He's only got gold. Gold! We love nothing but gold. Gold, gold. I would have gone for Storm King. Storm King. The Funnel Junkies is good, but I would probably funnel something. Funnel, yeah, actually, Junkies is good, yeah. Okay, that can go down. That one, I got this one, this one. So I don't know, guys. I don't think she's coming back. Merch available soon with Funnel Junkies with Tornado on the front and Southern Plains photograph on the back. Fine. Where you doing it on? Where you doing it? Which I did mine with Shopify. Is it? I'm gonna stop because no one's really bought any merch lately, so I'm just gonna stop it this month. I need to buy a couple of hoodies for myself, but then I'll shut it down. Literally, no one buys merch. I find. That's happy days. That's how these things you may or may not know. Just be careful what site you go to. That's all, because the hidden fees, man. The hidden fees are killer. So just be careful. And also, when you set it up, there's still hidden fees for deliveries and all that crap. Jesus, been in my life. So if anyone wants to buy anything from my merch store, you got probably 2 weeks left to do so. I'm going to shut it down. Might open again for Christmas, but it just costs too much. I don't think we're going to hear from the judge. Hear from the judge. I do know. Let's go here. I do know. I don't know. I'm the creative genius. That's the thing, though. He has to figure out how to make it work. Yeah, he won't. It's genuinely. Unless he finds a site in America, I found it a massive pain in the ass. Massive pain in the ass. It's probably cost me more than what I've actually sold in merch. No, it's 100% cost me more than what actually I've sold in merch. So it's definitely wasn't worth it for me. I'm gonna buy one of the mugs that you've got, Lady Law. That means you won't be the only one in the world who's got one, but I think it'll only be the two of us. Please make a shirt that says "Happy Days" with you sitting on the couch. Jesus, I should, shouldn't I? No, I'm not. Well, I might do one for Christmas then because I'm just gonna shut it down before I get charged for my next month. Right, let's have a look. I've refreshed the actual stream. 1-1 Boyd live now. No, so she's still live, but I'm not sure if that means anything. Caught streaming and says live now. So she's still live. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them still live, but not live. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is, men, right? I'm an impulse guy. I'm impulse. I am. Once I get an idea, bang, boom, 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 done. He's cheap though, former account. So if it's gonna cost too much, it costs a fortune. It's good that he's a former accountant. What I didn't think of was delivery charges and taxes, because as well from Shopify, I'm the one that's to pay. Well, no, I'm not the one, but you have to include all delivery costs, work it all out yourself, plus all the taxes, add the UK, all the VAT. Otherwise, you have to pay for it yourself. It's all going to be covered. So it's all a rip off. That's how I found it. See you, Kim. I don't think we're going to get a result tonight. So see you later. Thanks for being here as always, Kim. Have a lovely evening, Kim. Oh, so yeah. Well, it still says live now, so I can't just leave, do you mean? Um, What else? No, I'll keep refreshing the Texas Judicial Branch. Do another one. Just says she's live now. Oh, she's on. She's on. She's on. She's on. She's on. Which one is it? This one. She's on. She's on, guys. She's on. She's on.
A break and return on Monday. Would like to take a break and return on Monday. And so that if you all both agree, then I would have them come back on Monday at 9 to continue their deliberations. Any objections to releasing the juror state
No objection.
defense?
No, Your Honor. Just, I guess, related but unrelated. I conferred about the potential for coming back on Monday and next week. Ruben will be here, and I'll be available by phone for any juror questions. But as far as any potential punishment or sentencing, he has asked if the court would continue the punishment until the following Monday. So I can be available. And just so the court knows, obviously, Mr. Kalfas and Ruben would be qualified, but Mr. Kalfas wasn't here for the entirety of the trial through the testimony. I don't know what other things might be brought up in sentencing through other witnesses. And so I just wanted to bring that to the court's attention.
The only issue the court would see would be if there were a guilty verdict in this case, then that would mean that the jurors would have to be held over to the following week.
Yes, Judge.
So, state, are you going to have any objection to that?
I think the state would object to that, and I think at that state, I mean, that's a bridge we can cross when we get there, but I think the state would prefer to proceed.
All right. And I know that off the record, there was discussion of whether or not Mr. Kalfas, please be seated.
No.
Yes, I know off the record, there was some discussion with regards to Mr. Kalfas being able to sit in if you were gone. So let's just wait and see if there will be a verdict and what that verdict will be. And then on the record, it's noted your request.
Okay, thank you, Judge. And we'll have something formal prepared for Monday if it comes to that. But thank you. That's it.
All right. And of course, counsel, you can always consider appearing by Zoom
Okay.
if you and defend state. I'm assuming
Yes.
that if the answer were for Mr. Kalfas to be present, but also counsel to be present by Zoom, there will be no objection.
No objection to that. No. Yeah.
All right.
I'll confer, but thank you for the
All right.
observation.
All right. So both parties have said there is no objection to excusing the jurors for the day and bringing them back on Monday. So I'm going to have the jurors brought out so I can give them the instructions.
Yeah. So Monday, we're back on Monday. So the trial continues Monday. Probably 9 a.m., I imagine. Sarah P still here? I don't blame her if she's not, but
It's her family vacation.
Matthew, what will you be doing it for?
My wife is having their family get together, so they're all going down there. So we're.
Do you really want to go there? You want me to
I-
let your wife know that you
I-
can't come?
Believe me, I have thought of that. That the punishment for not
also good,
going
Sarah.
would
I just
not be
wanted
worth
to know.
worth it.
Continues Monday. That's all. You keep safe now, right? So we'll stream 8:45 on Monday,
You'll see some of them.
Central Time. That is.
There are like 7 or 8 of them are going to Florida.
All right. I hope he has found the alternates because I think
They were
In the
just,
hallway?
they've just been sitting out there.
and the alternates are with him. All right, let's bring them in.
All right, the jury.
All right,
I
everyone,
always
please
finish
be
my
seated.
food.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that you would like to take a break and resume on Monday. Is that correct? Okay. All right, so these are my instructions. And for me to give you the break, I need you to listen to my instructions and remember them, okay? So we will then resume with your deliberation on Monday at 9 a.m. The parking garage is going to be slightly full because on Monday you will have jurors coming down to the central jury room. So to make sure that you have a parking space, it'll probably be best if you're here by 8:30. Again, you can bring your breakfast if you so choose. The other instructions is you are not allowed to deliberate over the weekend. So what that means is you're not allowed to be thinking about this case over the weekend.
Don't
The
worry.
only
No.
time you are allowed to deliberate is when
No.
all of you are in the jury room.
They're coming back Monday.
You are not allowed to view anything. If someone tries to speak to you about this case, you are to ignore it. If you see anything, you are to turn it off. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
You are not allowed to do any investigation. Everything that you need to know about this case has come from inside the courtroom. Does everyone
No
understand?
decision, yeah.
So when we proceed tomorrow at 9 a.m., the alternates, you will need to be here as well. But of course, you will not be in the room deliberating. Monday. Thank you. See, I was seeing if you all were awake. That's why I said tomorrow. All right. So everyone here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Again, you won't report to the courtroom. You'll report to the jury room. Any questions about anything from anyone? Monday. All right. Monday. I keep saying tomorrow, don't I? See, that's me. Their faces are just staring at me. So I'm hoping to see if they're hearing me. So I will see you all on Sunday, Monday. Okay, so now you all have it. So see you all on Monday at 9 a.m. All right. Thank you all so much. Everyone, please rise.
So Monday, so good to me. Monday, so good to me.
All right, everyone, please be seated. So defense, I know you have your request and we talked about, oh, please be seated. I know we talked about your request that you were going to be in Florida and you would like, if the jury were to find your client guilty, you would like for it to be held over till the following week when you're back. So I'm going to need you, just so the record can be clear, unless the state doesn't have any objections, to put your request in writing. If the court decides that that will not be allowed, then the state has already stated that they're okay with you appearing by Zoom, and then Mr. Kalfas perhaps being here to sit with co-counsel.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing further from the state.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to have Ms. Ferguson give him a reset form to sign it up to be back here on Monday. So you need to come back here on Monday at 9 a.m. All right. Is there anything else?
You gone? Oh, she's finished. Hang on then. Just make sure she's finished.
Him a reset form to sign it up to be back here on Monday. So you need to come back here on Monday at 9 a.m. All right. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's done. Right, I'm just doing this. Verdict watch. I am just setting up the stream because I am awesome like that.
Sean, how
Wednesday.
hot is it supposed to get today? 100? 110?
Right, and then I just got to do another one, and then I'm straight back with you. PM, yes. Share, download, download, done. It's a hard work you got to do, yeah. So no decision yet. Back on Monday, at 9 o'clock Central, which that's fine. So I'm gonna have apply there. Erin, have a good weekend. Hopefully you enjoy rush hour. Hope it's not too bad. Hotter than surface of the sun. Jeez, I know. Not here though. We we struggle. It's raining. Have a great evening, everyone. Yes, and you as well, Lou. See you next stream Monday, Lou. 2:45 Monday, Lou. We'll be closing down the stream now. I'll just do this first of all. 2:45. So 8:45 Central. 9:45. Fuck. 9:45 East Coast, and then 3 o'clock. Well, 2:45 UK time. So let me just get this one up now. Title. I'm just going to do morning and afternoon, and we'll be done then. Move that across. If I don't do it right now, I'm going to forget. You see, so that's why I have to do this. And that is the no wrong one. That one's there. Yes, this one's here. Copy. Unmute. Go here. Go there. Go left everywhere. Then set it up. What should we do? 7:45. Yeah, I'll do that one. Upload thumbnail. I bet you guys love the running commentary. Apply. I'll do 7. I'll do so 7 will be 1 o'clock. We'll do 1 o'clock in the afternoon to see if there's we can change it. It's not a problem on Monday if it does go in to a second day. Oh motherfucker. What date's it on Monday? It's the 17th. Clock broadcast it. No, it's not 1 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock for me. See, this is what I mean. I make mistakes. You see, I make mistakes. Edit. Sorry if everyone's left. I'm speaking to myself. It's all good. It's just I'll do 7:15 then, and then no, I'll do 7:45. I can change it then if I need to. Save. Done. Both streams are on. Happy days. Whew, that was good. That was good. So, thank you as always, everyone, for being here, supporting me. Thanks, Sarah, for always being here all day, basically, as always. I know. I just have to do it because otherwise I just lose my mind. Yeah, every man's the same. I know every man's the same. Just I hope to rep men better. So with that, I think we're gonna close it down because I don't have much now. And I'm gonna enjoy the weekend. Someone's just left anyway. So Sarah, thank you as always. Everyone else, Lady Law, if you're still here, thank you for popping in. Kimmy's gone. Shelley, see you Monday, hopefully. Kim, we hope to see you Monday. Hopefully see Wendy on Monday. And yeah, well, Julio as well. Hopefully we see you. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for taking your time to do that. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Sarah P. So that's it. Everyone enjoy your weekends, and I will see you on Monday. bright and early. Take care, guys. Love you all. Have a great weekend. Ta-ra.